getting all those guys back was a sign of, right? Because this is like peak Baltimore now that we're talking about. They were just completely down in the dumps a couple of weeks ago. I get it, no Lamar, he's back. They killed the Dolphins. Yadi freaking da. Miami's
they were great
terrible.
Against the Bears. The defense played well against the Bears. Huntley hung in there and looked good. Yeah.
Yeah. They're to their credit.
Yeah.
Their defense, their rush defense, has gone in recent weeks from 24th or 25th to 4th in the league.
Well, if they win this, they're really in business here. Now, if they lose, it gets interesting. Because you're right, the AFC is stacked, and Jacksonville has such an easy schedule.
Right.
Because after this, it's Cleveland, the Jets, Bengals, Steelers, Bengals. Go win all those games. You're probably going to have to. And then you close New England, Green Bay, and Pittsburgh. So you put yourself in a big hole here. And this really gets interesting if they lose. I don't think it's going to happen then.
I don't think so either.
With tiebreakers, and then you probably say best case is 10-7.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's going to do it. That's assuming you sweep the Steelers.
Sure. This feels like a do-or-die week for them, big time.
Yes.
Right? Up next, A.J. Green in the NBA is 8-0 over his three-point prop. I've bet him every single game, including tonight, but I do have a big concern. Find out what that is next on Follow the Money, VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
With the Bloomberg Business of Sports Report, I'm Charlie Pellett. Walt Disney has signed a new multi-year deal making DraftKings the official betting site, an odds provider for its ESPN sports networks, replacing a venture it had with casino operator Penn Entertainment. Clarissa Shields has signed a multi-fight deal that will pay her a minimum of $8 million, and the undisputed women's heavyweight boxing champion plans to return to the ring in early 2026. Shields is a two-time Olympic gold medalist. Under Armour says sales might fall as much as 5% this fiscal year, a bigger decline than Wall Street estimated, and it raises concern that the sportswear company's turnaround effort isn't making enough progress. CEO Kevin Plank has been working to streamline operations and boost marketing. And that's the Bloomberg Business of Sports Report. I'm Charlie Pellett.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
In sports, it's the dream team. And if your car is out of warranty, there's a team for that as well. You, the driver, your mechanic, and Endurance to pay for the repair bills. I'm Danica Patrick. In the past 5 years, auto repair costs have gone up over 36%. And if your manufacturer's warranty is expired, you'll have to cover it all. With an Endurance auto protection plan, no matter what the mileage, if your car is under 20 years old, Endurance can get you covered on the engine, electrical system, transmission, AC, and more. Endurance has plans for any budget. Repairs can be done by the certified mechanic of your choice. Plans cover 24/7 towing, battery jumps, fuel deliveries, tire changes, and lockout services. Act now and get the benefits of our Elite Plan, a $2,000 value at no extra cost. With Endurance, you could never pay for covered auto repairs again. So call now for your free quote.
Call 800-290-0497. That's 800-290-07.
Your bets don't stop after lunch, and neither does VSiN. At 2 p.m. Eastern, join Stormy and JBT as Money Moves sets the table for the rest of the day's action. Then it's Follow the Money at 4 with reactions and sharp insights from Mitch Moss and Paulie Howard. At 7, VSiN Primetime delivers live updates, betting analysis, and big game coverage. And when the lights are low, Cashing Out wraps up the night with highlights, recaps, and the bets that hit. Check out the full lineup on VSiN.com and join us on the Sports Betting Network.
Hi, this is Grace Remington for VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Survive in advance with the VSiN NFL Survivor Grid. This interactive calendar makes it easy to map your picks, block out teams you've already used, and visualize your path to the finish. No clutter, just a simple, clean way to strategize each week. Try it for free at VSiN.com. And while you're there, celebrate the best time of the year for bettors with a VSiN Sports Equinox special. Get full VSiN Pro access to everything we do through May 1st for only $120. That's less than $20 a month. Go to VSiN.com/subscribe.
Jim Craver.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Fun night tonight in the association. Ton of games. Cup night overall. Bunch of prop bets to run down here as well. And if you've been listening to this show, watching it since the beginning of the NBA season, you know that I've been all about A.J. Green for the Milwaukee Bucks, Derry Bird, betting his three-pointers over every single game. He's 8-0, and tonight they were offering plus 132 as well on him to go over 2.5 made threes. Automatic play, had to do it against a Bulls team that can play in some super entertaining games. I'm a little confused here at the price, again, why it hasn't moved at all. In fact, it's gone up with recent games. But here is my concern overall with A.J. Green. And either when I watch the games or I'm tracking him online, he leaves inevitably, like early on in the first quarter. I'm like, he's out again? What the hell happened? The reason why is because he gets into foul trouble. So he has picked up at least 4 fouls in 5 of his last 6 games. I don't know if that's because teams are targeting him on defense to get him out of there. They know that he's prone to fouls. But if this prop is going to continue going over, he needs to avoid the foul trouble, obviously, and play right around his average, teetering on, a little bit shy of 30 minutes per game. Last year in this arena, he made 2.5 threes per game. That's what the average was in 4 meetings against Chicago last season. And I got to keep it up. I hope that the volume actually ticks up as well with the guy, because it hasn't been as I was hoping. I thought he would take 8, 9, 10 threes a game. Not exactly that high, but he's still going over 2.5 every. So plus 132, here, bam, take my money. I got to bet it again. That's one bet that I have.
The streak, yeah, ride the streak.
Mm-hmm. Now, if he keeps going, the plus money is going to evaporate at some point, much like this guy. And I was hoping, because his last game he was even money. That was a nice winner on Sam Merrill. Well, that money and that price has disappeared. So Merrill on the season is averaging 8.8 3-point attempts per game. That includes a game where he only played 18 minutes and he got hurt. He still took 6 in that game, but he's making 4.5 per game. He was 4 and 5 against Philadelphia in the last game. I played over 2.5 tonight at minus 130. But this Cavaliers offense now getting healthy. We're seeing what they're doing offensively by just crushing the opponents and putting up a ton of points. And tonight, they should be able to get whatever they want, and I'm including Merrill in that conversation against a really bad team in Washington here. So I had to play Merrill over. I'll give you one more. Look at that. They're laying 14 points.
Yeah.
I played Scotty Barnes over 1.5 made threes as well at even money. He's taking a lot more threes. The coach is open to him and other players on the team, bigs, taking threes. People have been pushing since last year for him to take a lot more threes, and he's actually, I think, 6-2 to the over, his 3-point prop on the year. Scotty Barnes for Toronto at even money. Give me 2 Utah. That's what he needs. And they were favored, by the way, in this game on the opener. They're now a dog, even though there was no Trae Young with the Atlanta Hawks, and the total is 234. So those are my 3 guys that I have 3-point props on tonight, Paulie.
It's too bad Thomas is out, because he's been on a sick run with his rebounds under. That one's unfortunate. And
how bad's that team going to be?
Yeah, I know. And Reeves has already been ruled out for Saturday,
right,
with the Lakers. We don't have the Sixers playing until tomorrow. Check out the prop analyzer at vsin.com. Oubre 8-0 over his threes prop, and he's gone over his points every game as well. Jaren Jackson 8-1 under his points. Derek White 8-1 under. Miles Turner 7-1 under. Randall 7-1 over. Rebounds. White 7-2 under. Alexander Walker 5-0 under. Castle finally had an under against the Lakers. He's 6-1 over. The assists, Cam Johnson 7-0 under for the Nuggets. Jackson again 7-1 under for Memphis. They take on Dallas. Middleton 6-0 under. Ball 6-0 over, which is a surprise. And there was one more, I thought. No, that's okay. 3-pointers. This is big. We talked about this the other night as well. Very surprising. Pritchard and Derek White, both 8-1 to under.
Oh, yeah.
With their threes. George for Utah, 7-1 under. Quickly 7-1 under. Love to see this. Wembenyama, 6-1 under. Don't take him. You're 7-4. Go down low. He's changed his game. It's been great. And PRA, Jaren Jackson, 9-0 to the under.
9-0 overall PRA.
And maybe it's why, Ja got ticked off that they're shifting towards him and gave him all the money or what. Who knows what's going on with that guy. But he's unhappy and this got suspended, and go ask the coaching staff, and I've lost my joy, all this other stuff. But Jackson 9-0 to the under, Cam Johnson 7-0 to the under, Derek White again 8-1 to the under, Randall, George, Levine, Giddy either 6-1 or 7-1 to the over.
Yeah, Giddy now is like 40.5 tonight against this Bucks team. 40.5.
I could see this one being way up there with the scoring. And an entertaining game and just phenomenal. What do you think your OKC coming up there? You're going against Sacramento, and it's from 8.5 up to 11.5, and a 6-point move on the total.
There's no Dart in the game for Oklahoma City, and Sabonis is going to miss for Sacramento.
Yeah.
Well, I think they blast him.
They should.
As long as Dart's going to be like the only guy out, I think they'll probably run Sacramento out of the gym. And the market believes that as well to bet them up that high is now 11-point favorites here. Don't you think it's going to kind of go that way?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. There's another one here I'll point out with the props. From your club, your hometown, Dante DiVincenzo was 1 of 3 from downtown in the first game of the year against Portland. He only played 20 minutes. Since then, he's averaging more than 30 minutes per game, and he has made at least 3 threes in every single game since the opening night.
All
and
right.
In 3 games in November, Paulie, he's averaging almost 33 minutes, 21 points, and he has taken 12 threes per game. He's made on average 5.3. And at last check, his prop for tonight was still 2.5. Now, heavily juiced over, but this has been a guy here lately that if you're laddering his props, then you have been cashing some pretty nice tickets because he's getting to 5 every single night. Yeah, he's had a minimum of 5 last 3 games, and he had 6 in one of them. That was against Brooklyn. Tonight, laying a big number against a really bad Utah team.
3.5-point move on the total there, up to 233.5. Surprised Houston's taking money on the road against the Spurs. Big one tonight.
A little bit, yeah.
Up to 4.5. They've been great offensively. And now we'll see the Spurs now after a couple losses and what Wemby and others said about, they're throwing the double team at me and we have to do a better job, especially closing out.
And they're not going to get Fox back until tomorrow,
the
Spurs. But so now the Rockets, who are one of the best teams in the league defensively a year ago, they've kind of flipped it this year because the offense is so good. And Durant has been a, catalyst here for the offense and how good this team has been. But now you got to win by at least 5 points at some of these books overall. And his prop tonight is 24.5. Kevin Durant, Opta AI projections, and vsin.com/NBA props have him going under 22.4 overall. In fact, he's going under pretty much all of his numbers according to their projections for this game. Spurs are a good outfit. I know that they're down still a couple of guys right now, but this is a big game for that young team. And maybe Houston's just going to be that good, and maybe they're going to be the team that challenges Oklahoma City this year in the playoffs.
The Lakers catch a break tomorrow because you got Atlanta on a back-to-back. I hope the Lakers do the right thing and don't get after it tonight as they got there early and maybe go to the clubs.
What's Luka?
5 o'clock. 5 o'clock they play. 5 o'clock our time. They play the Hawks on NBA TV.
What do you think Luka's prop is going to be?
Boy.
34.5.
Without Reeves again?
Yeah.
The PRA, 40, 11, and 9 on the season.
And his 3-point prop will probably be 4.5, I'm guessing, or 3.5, heavily juiced over.
A lot of them, right? He's going to take a lot of them. And every Laker game but one has gone over. And the Bulls also play the Cavs.
Wow.
That's another big one.
How about...
go ahead.
How about in this Heat game tonight? Based on Spoelstra's house burning down, nobody was in there. Nobody got hurt.
Ball's doubtful. Yeah, he wasn't there. Yep.
Sexton doubtful. Miller obviously out. And no Bam. He's out as well. I know the Heat are playing at this unbelievable pace to begin the year, but 235 without that much firepower involved here potentially? High number?
I swear last night I saw 243. I thought that's what I saw. But then all the news are coming out. But no, I can't do it. Based on how bad Charlotte is defensively and Miami #1 in pace, I can't do it.
Knippel, props over then?
Yeah.
If Ball doesn't play, maybe his PRA, he'll take 10 threes in this game. But again, he's juiced up there like DiVincenzo with the price right now on over 2.5 made threes. Ball is, did you run this down?
Doubtful.
He's doubtful, but he's also, I think, undefeated to his assist prop.
That's right. Yes. I got that one in there.
Yeah, okay.
I'm shocked by that because he's a chucker.
Well, I know, but his PRA has been so good overall. I mean, the guy, Yeah, he'll take 15 threes in a game, but he can dish it out as well. It tells you how many possessions they have when he's in there. They play at a pretty good pace, too. I really wanted everybody to be healthy in this game just to fire on the over then.
Well, I wanted everyone healthy in the late game, Golden State and Denver. The first meeting was all time.
It was great.
Gordon had 50, overtime thriller. Phenomenal.
Yep. Up next, Bob Condotta joins the program. He has covered the Seahawks for many, many years. A ton of hype surrounds his team halfway through the season. Is he all in? Where's their weakness? We'll ask him coming up next on VSiN.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-578-3203. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-578-3203. That's 800-578-3203. Tax Relief Advocates.
The Neon City Music Festival is here. Experience electrifying performances by Good Charlotte, Deadmau5, Breaking Benjamin, Two Friends, and more. This festival without fences will bring you mouth-watering food, stunning 3D graphics on the Viva Vision screen, and jaw-dropping performances. All free November 21st to the 23rd. Book your stay downtown at Circa Las Vegas. Details at neoncityfestival.com. That's neoncityfestival.com. Sean Green and Ryan Kramer bring an energetic approach to sports betting to keep you entertained while sweating your bets on the Sports Gambling Podcast live at VSiN.
When I watch this Dolphins team and you hear the players talk, you hear the coach talk, it just seems like it's not working.
Thank you, Peloton, for helping Jordan Davis lose enough weight to be able to hit 18 miles an hour.
Join Sean and Ryan every Friday night at 10 p.m. Eastern on the Sports Gambling Podcast live at VSiN, right here on the Sports Betting Network. Think you're better than the VSiN experts? Prove it in the Edge Boost Average Joe contest. It's free to play, and you can register anytime during the season to be eligible for weekly and quarterly prizes. Plus, each week, the highest score gets a $500 Edge Boost deposit. And if the weekly winner already has an Edge Boost account, that prize is boosted to $1,000. Enter the contest today at VSiN.com/Joe. That's VSIN.com/JOE. Football meets flavor with VSiN and Omaha Steaks, the official sponsor of tailgating. And right now, you can score 16 free smash burgers, plus 50% off site-wide when you shop omahasteaks.com/VSiN today. Enjoy legendary steaks, juicy air-chilled chicken, beefy burgers, deli-style franks, and so much more. From preseason to postseason and every game in between, you're sure to achieve gridiron greatness because Omaha Steaks delivers the kind of exceptional flavor that brings people together. USDA certified tender steaks, legendary burgers, amazing appetizers, and everything else you need to fuel your fandom from the first kickoff to the last down. And every bite is backed by their 100% satisfaction guarantee. Don't wait. Shop now to get 16 free smash burgers, plus save 50% site-wide on steaks and more at omahasteaks.com/VSiN. That's omahasteaks.com/VSIN. Minimum purchase may apply. See site for details. Looking for an edge on NFL player props? VSiN Pro's new NFL player prop projections tool is here. It compares DraftKings lines with Opta-powered AI projections, so you can see where the numbers differ and spot potential value before you place your bets. Our player prop projections tool is available now exclusively for VSiN Pro subscribers. Go to VSiN.com/props to check out this tool and more. Only on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
The holidays are back at Starbucks, so share the season with a peppermint mocha made with Starbucks signature espresso. velvety mocha and cool peppermint notes topped with whipped cream and dark chocolate curls. Sounds absolutely delicious. Together is the best place to be at Starbucks. More National Football League Week 10, specifically the Seahawks and the Cardinals. As we head out to the progressive guest line, Bob Condotta is kind enough to join us. He has covered the Seahawks for a long time for the Seattle Times. Bob, thanks for the time today. How are you?
Good, yeah. How you guys doing?
Doing really well.
Good,
there is a lot of hype regarding the Seahawks team now. And the numbers, I think, bear that out. When you look at advanced metrics like DVOA, for example, they're one of the best teams DVOA-wise in like a generation. We've had guests on this program as recently as yesterday say they're absolutely winning the Super Bowl. Darnold might win the MVP. Are you all in like some of those people are?
Yeah, they're certainly playing really well. I mean, the defense is something that we thought going into the year should be really good, and so that's not really necessarily a surprise. But they have played. They haven't had any drop off there, and they're probably better a little bit up front. I mean, when you're really good on the defensive line, and they are, you can stay really good on defense. The big X factor was Darnold, and was he going to be able to play to the same level he did last year in Minnesota, and basically be a better team than maybe Geno Smith had been last year or would have been this year. And so far that's happened. I think that's the big thing you kind of just keep wondering about is can he continue to play at this pace? He's 70% of his passes, leading the basically from week one they've been leading the NFL in yards per pass, which a lot of people will tell you is always the most significant offensive stat you can have. And so they've been really good at that. So it feels so wide open, and then not just the NFC but the NFL as a whole. So I mean, when you watch what the Seahawks have done, there's no reason to think they can't have the same expectations of anybody else in the NFL.
Is there an area that you think they're vulnerable or have a weakness?
I mean, they're big. I mean, the one glaring weakness they have is their running game on offense. I think they're 31st in yards per carry this week at 3.7, and it's never really. They've kind of had some fits and starts here and there in getting it going. A couple of games, it's been not bad for them. Kenneth Walker has been able to kind of reel off some big runs at some key times, but it hasn't been as consistent as they wanted it to be at all. And they've had a couple of games when they kind of struggled, especially like the first Arizona game is kind of an example when their running game, they couldn't just run the clock out on offense the way they wanted to, and they ended up having to win that one with a last second field goal. And even the Jacksonville game a couple of weeks ago, they ended up giving the ball back to Jacksonville at the end because they couldn't just run it out on offense. So that's kind of the one big thing that if you're really pointing at something, I mean, that's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you might have to nitpick a little bit, but you're probably right. So based on that, but also when you consider the passing game, which has been absolutely elite and some of the best numbers in the entire league, and this is probably a good problem they have again, would you say the defense might be a little bit better than the offense overall?
I mean, statistically, they're right about the same. I mean, they're each fifth in points. The offense is fifth in points scored, and the defense is fifth in points allowed. But yeah, I mean, the defense is really good against the run, and they've been really good against the pass. And so yeah, I think the defense is probably a little bit ahead. But that shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. I mean, their defense was really good the second half of last year. I think that probably went under the radar a little bit by a lot of people. But when they made they made some pretty significant personnel changes at the midway point of last year, and from that point forward, they won 6 of their last 8, and basically were top 5 in points allowed and rushing yards allowed and total yards allowed and all that, and so they've just picked up where they left off on that end of the ball.
What do you expect this week against Arizona, as the Cardinals have been playing better football lately? And a big part of that is because, well, new quarterback now, Jacoby Brissett, and that's the guy that this team is going to get to face on Sunday.
Yeah, historically, this has been one of the weirdest series that the Seahawks have ever had. There was that whole period from like 2013 to 2020 when the road team basically won every game, and it was just kind of a weird series that way. But the Seahawks have won the last 8, and the game down there, they controlled it pretty well, and then just those last 2, kind of just suddenly Arizona out of the blue scored 2 touchdowns on their last 2 possessions to tie the game, and the Seahawks had to go down and make a game-winning drive to pull it out. Brissett's a completely different guy stylistically. He's not going to run around quite the way Kyler Murray does, which is something they've always had they've had some issues through the years with Murray and giving up some big plays to him, but they've always been able to beat him. So It will be a little bit different with Doucette. He's going to put a little bit more pressure, probably just throwing the ball and all that. So, we'll see kind of how that works.
We'll get to JSN in a second, but to your thoughts on the Shahid trade and the impact he can have now that they could be down 2 wide receivers.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably going to be down 3, Young and Bobo, and then probably Torrey Horton as well. So, yeah, he's going to get thrown right into the fire there. The good thing, and part of the reason they made the trade, is that he played last year in New Orleans when Clint Kubiak, who's now Seattle's offensive coordinator, was the offensive coordinator there. So, it'll be we talked to him after practice today, and he said he felt like it'd be a pretty quick acclimation to it and all that. So I think he's going to play quite a bit Sunday. So, he's a guy that I think they just, because of the familiarity a lot of the coaches have with him, they felt like he'd be a good long-term fit for this team. He's on an expiring contract, but he's already said he wants to stay and sign a new deal this offseason. And I think that's what they want to do with him. And, and for now, I think you'll probably see him return punts on Sunday. And then, he's probably going to have to get right out there and play alongside Jackson Smith and Jigba and Cooper Kupp quite a bit on Sunday. So, it'll be fun to kind of see how that comes together.
Do you just think it's sheer talent or chemistry or coaching, how JSN can have 100 yards in every single game and you know where the ball's going and you can't stop it?
Yeah, well, there's a guy who had like 332 yards in the Rose Bowl a couple years ago. So, I mean, he was the first receiver taken in the draft the year the Seahawks took him. So, it's not necessarily a secret that people thought he could be a good NFL receiver. But yeah, it's really been, his rookie year, his rookie year is kind of consistent, but never really had any really big flash games or anything. And people were kind of wondering a little bit, was he going to really be that good? But it's kind of been, the consistency that he's had, 4 straight 100-yard games, and I think 6 100-yard games overall, has really been something. And, that was part of why they wanted to go get Shahid, is that they feel like, he's just kind of a flat burner kind of guy. JSN's fast, but he's not necessarily elite fast. And so I think they felt like putting Shahid together with him and throwing another guy out there who at any time could just get wide open deep, and pairing that with Smith and Jigba and Kupp will make it that much harder to defend all that. But JSN's just been, he kind of had one rough, the season opener was actually a little rough for him, I guess. But since then, he's really been phenomenal.
Yeah, and at his current pace, by the way, he might set the all-time receiving yards record for a single season. Bob, you're around this team all the time. Do you know if that's a thing in the locker room? Like, are players talking about that?
Oh, for sure. I mean, you definitely notice it. I don't think it's like a stated goal, or nobody's got 2,000 written on a board anywhere or anything. But yeah, I mean, these guys follow the NFL. So, I mean, they're in the league, so they definitely know what kind of pace he's on and what he's doing and everything. But the broader picture is obviously winning. I mean, that's what everybody wants. So as long as it pays off in winning and doesn't detract from that, I think everybody's all for it. I would imagine. I think in general, they feel like the offense will work a little better if they're not quite so dependent on just one receiver all the time. And you kind of saw that last week. I mean, they felt like, part of the reason Torrey Horton got those 2 touchdowns was Washington was doubling Smith and Jigba a few times, and they were able to take advantage of that. And so, that's kind of what they want it to be. So I don't think there'll be any forcing the ball to the JSN to get the record or anything like that. But of course, you sort of know what kind of pace he's on.
What's the strongest opinion that you might have on the team overall right now? Would it be they're going to win the NFC, Darnold can pull off the MVP, McDonald's going to be the coach of the year, or JSN wins offensive player of the year?
Of those, I don't think McDonald's can win coach of the year, because unless Indianapolis really falls apart, because I think he's probably got it there. I mean, of those, I'd go with JSN as offensive player of the year. I mean, if he really can break Calvin Johnson's record and possibly get 2,000 yards, I mean, it'd be kind of hard to ignore that. And MVP is another thing that's tough to do. There's always a few other guys out there. I mean, in their own division, Matthew Stafford's putting up crazy numbers as well. So, of those, I guess I would probably lean towards JSN being able to keep that pace up and win that award.
Hey, Bob, that was some terrific insight. We really appreciate the time. Enjoy the game this weekend.
All right. Okay. Thanks. Bye.
There you go. Follow Bob on X. He's at BCONDOTTA. Bob Condotta has covered the Seahawks for many years for the Seattle Times. All right. So they are talking about that. Figured that would be the case, but no 2,000-yard goal or anything like that posted like the believe sign at Ted Lasso.
You were on vacation. Charge came in studio in the summer, and his favorite bet was JSN over 950. He's on 948 right now.
Oh, my God.
How about that?
Wow.
What a call. And then we went to break, and Humans is like, oh, I love that bet. That's crazy. That's a good call. I mean, so whether it's on a billboard or on a blackboard, whatever, he's going to get there anyways, I think. He's so good.
Maybe. I think we have an entire segment coming up of best bets for the weekend. A lot to talk about here with In-Pocket Plays next.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
Hi, it's me, Flo, here to tell you that with a Progressive Home and Auto Bundle, you get 24/7 protection, so you're covered no matter where the day takes you.
Even bad hair day?
Yep.
And tree branch fell on my car day?
Especially that day. Progressive has you covered 24/7 for your home and auto.
How about thought it was chicken, but it was tuna day? Or overnight construction outside my bedroom day?
Those days too.
Great, because that was each day this week.
Been there. Well, at least your home and auto are covered every day with Progressive.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Celebrate in style with the Legacy Club Sunset Package at Circa Resort and Casino. Cozy up by a fire pit. Enjoy handcrafted cocktails and raise a champagne toast as the sun sets over the Las Vegas Valley. With breathtaking panoramic views and an unforgettable atmosphere, it's the perfect setting for any occasion. Legacy Club Rooftop Cocktails. Reserve your spot today at circalasvegas.com.
It's that rare time of year when all four major sports are in action, the Sports Equinox. To celebrate, VEASAN is giving you full access to VEASAN Pro all the way through May 1st for just $120. That's best bets sent to your inbox daily, betting guides for every sport, AI-driven prop projections and matchup tools, and every VEASAN show live through the VEASAN Watch app. Lock in the Sports Equinox special today at VEASAN.com/subscribe and join us on the Sports Betting Network.
Coming up on Monday's edition of Money Moves, it's Monday Night Football. The Philadelphia Eagles take on the Green Bay Packers. Who is the best in the NFC? I say it's Philadelphia. We'll tell you why. Plus, it is a big card in the NBA. Hawks on the road against the Clippers. Pistons play host to the Wizards. Yes, it's a big game. Why? Because the Pistons might be the best team in the Eastern Conference. We'll discuss it on Money Moves. It's Monday here on VEASAN, the Sports Betting Network, 11 to 1 Pacific, 2 to 4 Eastern.
Progressive's Teen Driver discount could lower the cost of insurance for your teenager and save you some money. And then you can still spend money on them. Because just when you think you have a grasp on spending, new sneakers. And then it's money for a school field trip. And of course, spending money. Oh yeah, and a new phone to replace the one they dropped in the toilet. Oh, don't remind me. So just get Progressive's Teen Driver discount. And then you can continue to spend money on them. Endlessly. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discount not available in all states and subject to terms and conditions.
Please stand by for this special presentation of the iMedia One Network on the Live 365 Network and the Live 365 app.
Friday nights are hockey nights. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. From the Cavelli Center in downtown Youngstown, Ohio, the United States Hockey League is proud to present regular season game number 16 for your Youngstown Phantoms. Tonight, they take on the Sioux Falls Stampede. Good evening, sports fans. My name is Matt Lipsack, the voice of the Youngstown Phantoms. Pleased to be bringing you the action this evening on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey, and a special hello to all of our friends tuning in out in Siouxland on KELO News Talk 1320 AM and 107.9 FM. Phantoms were last in action on Saturday night against Chicago Steel, a resounding 6-1 victory for the Phantoms. Youngstown got on the board at the 6:58 mark of the first period. Logan Anderson's third of the campaign. Matty Bukowski and Carter Murphy with the assists. Jakob Hesch made it 2-0 at 15:11, his fourth of the season. Malachi McKinnon and Jack Wilson with the helpers on that one. At 14:49, Malachi McKinnon, the steal and score in his own zone. Mac's sixth goal of the year. Unassisted, only goal of the second period. Phantoms lead 3-0 at the end of two. 59 seconds into the third, highlight reel goal for Cooper Simpson, his sixth of the season. Kyle O'Leary and Jack Wilson with the assists. At the 5-minute mark, Evan Jardine, his sixth of the campaign. Jack Hextall and Jack Hamilton with the helpers on that one. 7:29, unassisted shorthanded goal for Ryan Rusinski, his ninth goal of the season and second shorthanded. And that made it 6-0 Youngstown. Chicago got a garbage time 5-on-3 power play goal off the stick of Henry Major at 17:03 to rob Tobias Trable of his second shutout of the season. Trable did get the win, though. He stopped 14 out of 15 as Youngstown did not allow a shot on net in the second period. Louis-Felix Chirac took the loss. He stopped 27 out of 33. Sam Caulfield came on relief. He stopped 6 out of 6. Chicago power play was 1 for 4. Youngstown power play was 0 for 2. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we'll take a look at tonight's scratch report as well as the starting lineups. You were listening to the pregame show on Western Reserve Radio, Flow Hockey, and KELO.
The same hardware that powers the Cavelli Center can power your business too, with free hardware, local service, and tools to eliminate your credit card processing fees. Visit pineapplepos.com.
At Texas Roadhouse, we do more than just hand-cut steaks. We have hot, fall-off-the-bone ribs, and everybody loves our fresh-baked bread with that honey cinnamon butter. The Phantoms love Texas Roadhouse, and we know you will too.
Fans, become part of the Phantoms family to get special discounts, free parking, a reserved seat throughout the year, and more. To join the Phantoms family, call 330-747-7825 for more information.
Price Heating and Cooling is a family-owned and operated residential and commercial HVAC company proud to serve the Mahoning Valley since 1937.
As an award-winning Carrier Factory authorized dealer, Price Heating and Cooling exhibits the exceptional standards, knowledge, and service you deserve. Is your home ready for warmer weather? Call today to learn about our financing options with approved credit on new air conditioning systems. And all of our pricing is upfront with no hidden fees.
Turn to your experts in red. Price Heating and Cooling.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley.
Someone's got to set the tone out there, boys. Someone's got to set it.
The station that sets the tone for Youngstown Phantoms hockey is Western Reserve Radio. WRDB, The Scourge.
Welcome back to Western Reserve Radio's coverage of the Youngstown Phantoms. Now here's the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Welcome back inside the Covelli Center during the pregame show. Let's take a look at tonight's scratch reports. We will start with visiting Sioux Falls Stampede. You can scratch number 3, Lazarus Ebenoides. Number 10, Jake Marins. Number 16, Sebastian Haberak. Number 21, Cade Strom. And number 40, Juhu Kainanen. For the Phantoms, you can scratch number 34, Brody Berard. Number 37, Sean Miller. Number 42, Jackson Adams. And number 53, Owen Boucher. That was tonight's scratch report. Let's take a look at the starting lineups, beginning with the visiting Sioux Falls Stampede, who entered tonight's game with a 9-4-1-0 record. Their 19 points have them in a first-place tie in the USHL's Western Conference. Starting at left wing out of Slovakia, number 17, Alexei Kubat. At center out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, committed to Vermont, number 11, Nick Snyder. At right wing out of Victor, New York, committed to United States Military Academy at West Point, number 25, Thomas Holtby. On defense, out of Locust Valley, New York, committed to the University of Minnesota, number 8, Matt Grimes. Also on defense, out of Ridgefield, Connecticut, committed to the University of Michigan, number 27, Anthony Bongo. In net, out of Utica, New York, number 1, Waylon Esch. Esch enters tonight's game with a 2-1-0-0 record, a 4.33 goals against average, and a .833 save percentage. The Stampede are coached in his second season by Ryan Crothers. The associate head coach is Brandon Wildung. They are assisted by Ryan Black and Trevor Kleckner. And now for the Youngstown Phantoms, who entered tonight's game with a 9-5-1-0 record. Their 19 points put them in third place in the USHL's Eastern Conference. Starting at left wing out of Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, committed to Ohio State, number 10, Evan Jardine. At center out of Rolling Meadows, Illinois, committed to Michigan State, number 17, Jack Hextall. At right wing out of Medfield, Massachusetts, committed to Yale, number 16, Kyle O'Leary. On defense out of Rochester, Minnesota, committed to the United States Military Academy at West Point, number 6, JT Vini. And out of the Woodlands, Texas, committed to Minnesota Duluth, number 14, Carter Murphy. In net out of Czechia, committed to the University of Massachusetts, number 79, Tobias Trebel. Trebel enters tonight's game with a 6-3-1-0 record, a 2.29 goals against average, a .911 save percentage, and 1 shutout on the season. The Phantoms are coached in his fourth season by Ryan Ward. The associate head coach is Brandon Gotkin. They are assisted by their chief of staff, Redmond Brow, and their director of player development, Cal Kafuk. The equipment manager is Andrew Rust. The athletic trainer is Amber Martinelli. Goaltending coach Neil Conway. Strength and conditioning coach Tommy Malloy. And the general managers are Jason Deskins and Ryan Kosecki. The officials for tonight's game were selected by USA Hockey and are as follows. The referees will be Alexander Otenberg, and the linesmen will be Gustav Arendt and Douglas Hook. Just about 7.5 minutes remaining here in the Covelli Center before the national anthem and puck drop, so we're going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout, and when we come back, we will have Youngstown Phantoms hockey here for you on Western Reserve Radio, Flow Sports, and KLO.
Discover Mahoning County and Northeast Ohio, where charm meets adventure. Explore stunning parks, vibrant arts, and rich history. From the scenic trails of Mill Creek Park to lively downtown Youngstown, Mahoning County has it all. Tee off at award-winning golf courses, enjoy the waters of Lake Milton, and browse charming antique shops. Indulge in local cuisine, relax at wineries and breweries, and experience unforgettable year-round events. Whether you're here for a weekend getaway or a family vacation, Mahoning County welcomes you with open arms. Plan your visit today and create memories that will last a lifetime. Visit exploremahoning.com and start your adventure.
Go Phantoms and best wishes this season from KO Consulting, your community and economic development firm specializing in grants for nonprofits, small business, and governments.
Your best source for everything hockey is here. The NHL app is your place to get every highlight from every game.
McDavid to the net.
Off the ice player content you won't find anywhere else.
You guys have a helmet I could throw on for this?
The most NHL edge stats and advanced analytics and ways to catch up on the game how you want, when you want. When it comes to following the NHL, don't settle for anything else. Hockey is better on the NHL app.
Stay up to date on when and where the Phantoms play by following our social media platforms. Find us on Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, and more.
Phantom fans, get ready to score big flavor. Annie Ann's is serving up hot hand-rolled happiness all season long. Whether you go classic salted or sweet cinnamon sugar, every pretzel is a power play. So when the final horn sounds, head to Annie Ann's at Southern Park Mall or Eastwood Mall and treat yourself to the snack that always wins an OT. Let's go, Phantoms! Adams Tree Preservation provides the highest quality residential, municipal, and commercial tree and plant health care services to the Mahoning Valley. Our team of certified arborists and licensed crane operators have been elevating tree care in the valley since 2013, using state-of-the-art industry equipment and practices. Contact us today for a no-charge estimate.
Western Reserve Radio is the Valley's online source for sports talk and local live events. Tune in and be a part of their live weekly shows, as well as all of the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey, high school football, and the GDFL. Find them at westernreserveradio.com. Tune in and the Live 365 app to be a part of the area's sports conversation. Be sure to visit them on Facebook at Western Reserve Radio and on Twitter at WR_radio.
Veterans, the Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission, serving those who have served.
I'm Jarrett, owner of Pineapple POS. The same hardware that powers the Cavelli Center can power your business too. With free hardware, local service, and tools to eliminate your credit card processing fees. Visit pineapplepos.com.
It goes on and on and on. Remind me of everything tonight. Yes, I'm in the zone. Dreaming about the things that we could be.
Catchway makes the save, rebound to the weak side. In front,
I need a one dance. And then we start to dance, and I'm singing like.
the steal. Ben Simpson, toe drag. Simpson in, tucks it home. He scores!
Duh. I want you to be happier. Because I'm happy.
Right circle for Simpson, ripped across. Hextall, shot, score!
Watch this. Let's face it. What a time to be making a hockey show.
Nice. Just when I thought last year couldn't be topped.
Let them know what they're in for here.
Here we are.
How scared are you guys? How scared are you?
What keeps you motivated?
I think winning. I don't really know any different.
USHL,
our stars rise.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 234-254-8532.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting. A teenager. Learning the lingo.
Today I'm going to help parents translate teen slang. Now, when a teen says something is on fleek, it's exactly like saying, that's rad. It simply means that something is awesome or cool. Another one is totes. It's exactly like saying totally, just shorter. As in, I totes love going to the mall with Becca. Another word you might hear is jelly. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will think you're, rad just the same. To learn more, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
This is the story of a very special woman. In a matter of seconds, she turned herself into a great mathematician or an entrepreneur. Her knowledge was limitless and still is. She could also make monsters disappear, especially those that lurked in the shadows.
Cause you know everybody around here got guns, nigga.
Hey, see y'all from Texas. We got Beyonce traded.
When I'm in the street and shit is all good. Assume the motivated boom, control the game like boom, way to rock, clock, dollars, flip, tips like
Fans, your junior starters for tonight are from your Youth Phantoms 12U Team 2. Kanawa Fiesler. Ronan Fiesler, Isaac Hodge, Gabriel Osman, and Lennox Page. Fans, please stand and remove your hats for the playing of the singing of the national anthem by Bethany Kingery.
A wonderful rendition of our national anthem from Bethany Kidgrew. Welcome back into the broadcast booth, ladies and gentlemen. Voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack. Pleased to be bringing you the action this evening on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey, and another hello to all of our friends tuning in out in Siouxland on KELO News Talk, 1320 AM and 107.9 FM. Joined up here in the booth by my engineer, Dave Ferris, who is actually running a pair of football games as well. He can do things remotely. We've got Poland and Liberty on City View Sportscast. We've got Western Reserve Radio 2, McDonald, and JFK. Brendan Miller keeping things up to date on social media for you. Follow the Phantoms on Instagram and Facebook at Youngstown Phantoms, on X at YTown Phantoms. And if you are watching the stream on YouTube, you can see that we are joined by my supervisor, my 8-year-old son, Jonathan. Hextall and Snyder approach center ice. Roll for initiative. We are underway as Hextall wins the faceoff. Murphy with it. Chips it ahead to the red line for O'Leary. Slipped ahead up the middle. Was looking for Hextall, but it bounces down to Bongo. Tries up the far wall. Stopped up by Vini at the red line. Couldn't bring it back into the zone. Slid down the wall by Snyder into the corner for Holtby. Back to Kubat in the circle, got the shot away. Trable with the glove save as bodies come together at the edge of the blue paint. Face-off will be to the right of Trable. Just 19 seconds into this first period. Looks like we're going to get a line change, a full sail one for the Stampede. Phantoms will just change up the defensive pair. Out come Cal Houston and Jack Wilson. Hextall to take the draw against Rinkowski, and Jack wins it cleanly back to Houston. Cal up the far wall, got past Macrina, bumped it out to center for O'Leary at the red line, played ahead for Jardine, backhanded down the wall into the right wing corner. First one there, however, is Prunty. Tried it up that far wall, grabbed by Jardine up to Houston for a shot save by Esch right there in front. Kyle O'Leary trying to cause problems as the puck sent out of play on the wraparound by Sioux Falls. Puck will stay in the offensive zone for Youngstown. We'll get our second face-off of the opening minute. Rusinski out to take the draw for Youngstown. Looks like that's against Brock Schultz. To the left of Esch. Rusinski with the face-off win. Down the wall comes Houston. Little free hand grab there as play continues. Phantom goes sprawling in the corners. It comes into the near side for Svitov. He walked to the front, got a backhand away. Esch with the save. Now Rusinski turning and firing off the stick of, I believe, Schultz, and out of play. Got a broken twig over there in the near corner. Phantoms attacking from right to left on your radio dial, for those of you who are not watching on Flow Hockey. Face-off will be to the right of Waylon Esch. Rusinski to take the draw against Schultz once more. Face-off one into the corner by Schultz, and then lifted out to the neutral zone by the Stampede. Wilson back forward in his own zone. D-to-D over to Houston. Banked out to center for Svitov, and then Rusinski. The pass didn't go, but it did ricochet back to Houston. Retreats into his own end. Back up to the red line. Svitov couldn't redirect it deep. Rusinski bumped off his line and lost the puck as that trickled down to, I believe, Manasaw. Back out to center it goes and into the Youngstown end. Houston up the middle, icing the puck, and on this fresh sheet of ice, not going to be far enough for icing. Manasaw back to play it. Left it behind him for a while. And then out to center for Montero. Passed ahead looking for Schultz. Too far out of his reach. Jack Hamilton back for it. Ridden to the boards on the left wing wall. Montero tried a spinning shot. It wouldn't go. Skating into it is Betzold. Took a bump from Braden Thompson in the right wing corner. Stolen by Cooper Simpson. He'll carry ahead 4-on-3 for the Phantoms, but now breaking off his rush was Ryan Rusinski, who heads to the bench. Chipped into the corner for Jesse Orlowski. Up to the point, kept by Braden Thompson. Little toe drag shot off the chest of Esch. Rebound picked up by Zoko and skated to center. Chipped ahead, looking for Soler. No icing on this one. Thompson and Slur battle behind the net. Came off the side of the net and then bounced into blue paint. Trable swept it to the corner. Played up the wall by Thompson. Out to center off of Orlowski, but skated into by Betzold. He'll send it near side for the defense, and then carrying back into the zone was Zoko. Knocked away from him by Orlowski, but Hamilton couldn't clear in the right wing corner. Zoko fought through the check, has the puck. Threw it too far ahead of himself, though, and Thompson got ahead of it. Couldn't clear Heller. Back behind the cage it comes for Salur. Up to the half wall for a shot by the oncoming defensive Bongo. That is right to the glove of Trable. He'll hold with 17:10 left in the first. Nice to get a little bit of flow there after a very choppy first minute. I think we had 3 face-offs in the opening 60 seconds. Face-off to the left of Trable. Hesh to take the draw against Snyder. Hesh won that draw cleanly. Vini skates into it, plays it over to Anderson. Logan chipped it down into the Sioux Falls zone, but grabbed by Prunty, sent right back out to the neutral zone. To the stick of Murphy. Into the zone comes Anderson. Logan to the right dot. Got a shot away. Stick save by Hesh. Rebound behind the cage. A couple of Phantoms go sprawling. Hesh comes out of the scrum with the puck. Fed Murphy in the left circle for a one-timer. Shoulder save by Hesh. Rebound to Hesh. Centering feed to Murphy. He'll skate near side. Turns, fired. Shot was blocked. Prunty grabbed the rebound. He'll skate it out of danger and out to the neutral zone. Coming ahead is Snyder. Chipped it back down low for Kubat. Back to Snyder. Lost his footing behind the cage. Hesh pokes it over to Anderson. His breakout pass ahead off the stick of Grimes. It bounced to Murphy. Carter will get it deep, and then the Phantoms are going to head off for a change. Back forward is Grimes. Around the cage to the near side and out to center off of Solomon. Couldn't play it cleanly. Knocked ahead by Wilson. Hextall got to it far wall. Into the zone for O'Leary. Centering feed. Unable to get his stick free. There in the middle, I believe, was Jardine. Puck grabbed by the Stampede. They'll bring it into the zone. Crisscrossing, but knocked back out to center by Hextall. Now Jack with it again. Played it ahead for Houston. Cal poked it to the in wall. Got past Bongo. Sent it off the side of Esch's stick, and it popped to the right point. Sioux Falls coming back ahead. Stampede into the zone, trying to skate into it was Wenkowski. Couldn't get a shot away. Side of the net, Macrina fed it in front. Solomon chipped it wide. Rebound to Wenkowski. His shot missed the cage. Around to the near wall. Popping it up in the air was Bongo. Gloved it down to himself, but lost it to Wilson in the corner. Jack spun off his man, chipped it over to Houston far side. 15:20 left in the first. We're scoreless. Around to the left point. Nice keep by Weil. Down the wall for a shot that misses the cage off the stick of McGraw. Pinching to keep it alive is Schultz. Behind the cage, McGraw. Side of the net. Schultz lost it on the back of the net as he tried the wraparound. Puck trickled into the corner, grabbed by Montero. Between the circles, back to the point for Weil, and offside actually are the Sioux Falls Stampede. And actually a bad break for the Phantoms because Waylon Esch thought it was a penalty on Youngstown. He had headed to the bench. Could have been an empty net situation. We'll have immediate timeout. 14:57 left in the first. We're scoreless. You're listening to Youngstown Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Sports.
I'm Jarrett, owner of Pineapple POS. The same hardware that powers the Cavelli Center can power your business too. With free hardware, local service, and tools to eliminate your credit card processing fees. Visit pineapplepos.com.
At Texas Roadhouse, we do more than just hand-cut steaks. We have hot, fall-off-the-bone ribs, and everybody loves our fresh-baked bread with that honey cinnamon butter. The Phantoms love Texas Roadhouse, and we know you will too.
The stations that always keep you in the zone.
I love it.
It's awesome.
Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast, Youngstown, Ohio.
We now return you to Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
$14:57 left in the first. We're scoreless. Neutral zone draw. Won by Schultz. Back to Grimes from the red line. He will chip it just wide of the cage. Bounced off the end wall to Hamilton. He'll try to send it up the near side. Shut off by Schultz and then played back into the corner. Montero there took a bump but worked it up the wall as No stick for Melker Morin. Side of the cage, Simpson took it away from his man. That was McGraw. He'll skate far side, cut up the middle, and just got past Montero. Simpson hooked down from behind, but play continues. 2-on-2, back come the Stampede as McGraw tried to feed it down low for Schultz. Great stick by Rusinski as Schultz and Rue both lose their twigs. As Rusinski giving his man the business in the corner, that was Schultz. Now down the left wall came Bongo. Good stick there by Simpson to get the steal. Worked it ahead for Svitov, but couldn't enter the zone. Otherwise, Rusinski was charging on. Phantoms are offside. They'll have to touch up. Now here it's snapped ahead to the Youngstown line, redirected into the corner by Betzold. Took the bump from Morin, gave it up to Soler. Fed it into the slot, hit a couple of sticks, and Trable will play it into the corner. Grabbed by Vini on the near side, out to center for McKinnon. Gained the red line and fired it in. Esch slows it down behind the cage, feeds it over to Weil. Weil couldn't clear. Second effort, the Stampede do get at least to the red line where it's grabbed by Vini and fired back in. Esch to the near side of his cage, backhands it up that near wall. Betzold able to get it out to center where it's grabbed by Murphy, sent far side to Vini and fired right back in. Rides the dasher, comes to the Kaharchik at the left half wall. He tried to get a sneaky one in there, but missed the cage. Down in the corner for Orlovsky after the keep by Vini. McKinnon spun off a check. Mack around the net to the near side. Turns, tried to center, off a stick, and it came to Orlovsky. He'll turn and fire, hit a body in front, and ricochet to the far side. Worked down the wall by Soler. Back to the half wall. Vini fired a shot, but that was blocked. Off the end wall, Prunty grabs the rebound, skates up the near side, and finds Betzold. Into the Phantom zone. Area pass ahead, was looking for Zoko, wouldn't go, as Orlovsky had him well marked. Murphy out to center, gained the red line, chipped into the right wing corner, then got sandwiched for his trouble. But all under the watchful eye of referee Alexander Ottenberg. Shot from the blue line from Soler, and offside are the Stampede after the blocker save from Trable. 12:31 left in the first. We are still scoreless. Shots on goal 6-3 in favor of Youngstown. Hesh to take the draw against Snyder. Hesh with the face-off win. Houston, little bobble in his own zone, but gains the red line and fires it in. Hit a stanchion, came to Anderson. He'll trickle one on the cage. Stick saved by Esch, and the rebound cleared to center by the Stampede. Picked up at the red line by Wilson. D Houston, he'll pump it back in. Off the corner boards, came to the side of the net. Picked up by the Stampede for a moment. That was Nasruddin. Able to go D over to Manasaw and out to center, but icing will be called on the Stampede. Nick Snyder from nearby Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, just about 45 minutes to an hour down the road. I believe his family is down in 306 or whatever the suite is, 2 boxes to my right. Face off to the left of Esch after the icing whistle. Hextall to take the draw against Snyder, and Hextall with the win, but linesman says, I did not drop that puck correctly. That is linesman Douglas Hook. Sioux Falls trying to sneak fresh bodies on the ice after the bad face-off. Poked over to the wall, Hextall. Couldn't get his stick free. Good defensive work there by Snyder to work it out to center. Grabbed, however, by the Phantoms, and into the zone offside was Hextall, so he had to touch up. Phantoms do touch up, but Sioux Falls able to get those fresh bodies on the ice. Almost hit one of their changing players. That would have been too many men. As Hextall comes back into the zone, tried to feed it to O'Leary. Down low, it wouldn't go. Kyle caught up to it in the left wing corner. Up to the left point, kept by, no, not kept, or he did keep it. Wow, I thought I clearly saw white ice there. Played into the corner for Nasruddin. Works it up the near wall. Hextall kept it at the line. Bounces on net. Esch sets it up for Manasaw. Out to center. Touched ahead by Solomon. Trable sets it up for Hamilton. Snaps it up the middle. Looking for Simpson. He had a step. Pass out of his reach, and icing will be called on the Youngstown Phantoms with 11:13 left in this first period. Face off to the right of Trable. Hextall to take the draw against Renkowski. And Hextall with the face-off win. Thompson works it over to Simpson. Coop off the wall and out to the neutral zone. Grabbed by Bongo, retreats into his own end. Back out to center, grabbed by Thompson for the Phantoms, over to Simpson. He's taken hard to the boards by Solomon. Rusinski gets it deep, poked away from Svitov, rolls back up to Rue. He'll turn and feed it across, was looking for Thompson. The Stampede will break it back through center into the zone. Comes Bongo, left it at the right half for Monteiro. Stolen by Svitov, carries ahead with Rusinski. 2-on-3 as Svi tried a toe drag and lost the puck and then got put down for his trouble. Schultz into the zone. Couldn't get through JT Vini. Played back to the line as Sioux Falls touches it with a high stick on the zone exit. 10:25 left in the first after the whistle. Phantoms points in 6 of their last 7 games against the Stampede. Phantoms were in Sioux Falls last year, split the weekend. Of course, in the second game of that series, Aiden Wright suffered his knee injury. Waylon Esch came on and played a stellar game in relief. Held the fort, let the Stampede get the win on the back end of that series. Into the offensive zone comes McGraw. His shot off the pad of Trable. Big rebound, but played up the wall by Renkowski. Back to the left side for a shot by Monteiro. That is blocked out to center. Picked up at the red line by Prunty and fired back in. Rolls to the left wing corner. Vini up the wall to Orlowski as the hitting has noticeably picked up here. Betzold back into his own zone for Prunty. Spins away from McKinnon. Over to Weil, out to center for Monteiro. Stolen by Orlowski. Jesse into the zone. Fed it in front for McKinnon. Back through the blue paint, but nobody on the back door for Youngstown. Houston keeps the right point to Orlowski across the top of the circles. Over to Wilson. Back down low for McKinnon. Hauled down very blatantly. Nothing called. Up to the point for Houston. Walks that blue line over to Wilson for a shot. Redirected wide by Anderson. Over to Orlowski. Jesse up to the top of the right circle. Watched by Betzold. Puck came free. Kept at the line by Houston. Now Kaharchik. Matoush looking for it. Had his pocket picked by Monteiro, who played it out to center off of Betzold, so no icing. Over into the feet of Anderson and back to Houston in their own zone. 9 minutes left in the first. We're scoreless. Across back to Anderson, far side. Logan gathers it in. Couldn't get it deep. Spins it near side for Wilson. Jack gains the red line. He'll fire it in. Esch slows it down as it rolls into the right corner for Grimes. Up the wall. Phantoms can't hold the zone. And Houston will play it at center. Over to Wilson. Banked ahead looking for Hesh. He was thrown off by some contact of Sorensen. Phantoms were offside. Sioux Falls comes ahead with the puck. As Logan Anderson put a man down hard on the far side. That was Salur as Trable sets it up for Vini. Played up the near side for Murphy. Bounced it out to the neutral zone. Grabbed by Hesh across the red line into the zone 1-on-4. Hesh, right circle. Now the wall. Fed it across to the point for Murphy. Back across for Jardine. Jards eyes the cage. Shot. Rebound and poked wide by the Stampede. Up the far wall. Grabbed by Salur. Got it as far as the red line. Now spun it across to Bongo, and his dump in is off his stick. Somehow, no, not in play. I thought that one hit the top of the glass and stayed in, but they say it hit the meshing, and we'll have immediate timeout. 8 minutes left in the first. We're scoreless. You're listening to Youngstown Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio, Flow Hockey, and KELO.
Residential and commercial HVAC company, proud to serve the Mahoning Valley since 1937.
As an award-winning Carrier Factory authorized dealer, Price Heating and Cooling exhibits the exceptional standards, knowledge, and service you deserve. Is your home ready for warmer weather? Call today to learn about our financing options with approved credit on new air conditioning systems. And all of our pricing is upfront with no hidden fees.
Turn to your experts in red, Price Heating and Cooling.
Welcome back inside the Covelli Center. 8 minutes left in the first. We're scoreless. Green and Austintown Fitch tied at 1 in the first. Liberty and Poland tied at 1 in the first as well. Neutral zone draw controlled by the Phantoms. Down in the Sioux Falls zone. First one to it, however, is Bongo, but I believe Youngstown has iced the puck. Face-off will be to the left of Tobias Travel, so says linesman Gustav Arendt. Hextall to take the draw against Schultz. Schultz with the face-off win. Montero fanned on the one-timer. Puck rolled below the goal line. Vini played it left corner. Schultz to Montero. Around the cage to the near side, he has it. Turns, fires off the pad of Trable. Loosen the skates of Hextall. He'll kick it up to the blue line where it's grabbed by Jardine. Spins at the red line, sends it near side. Murphy skates into it. And he'll chip it to the right wing corner, head off for a line change. First one to it is Bongo. Fed behind the cage for Manasaw, back to Bongo. Pass ahead, hit Hextall and popped into the slot. Nobody there for Youngstown. Stampede skating ahead into the zone. Came McGraw, forced below the goal line by Hamilton. Puck came to Morin. To the half wall for Jardine and now Hextall. Jack carries ahead 2-on-2 with Hamilton. Bumped off the puck. And back out to the neutral zone. Taken by Svitov and spun back ahead. Esch stops it in the right corner. Sioux Falls down into the Youngstown end. Left side, Macrina. Knocked down by Hamilton, fed behind the net for Rusinski. Rue carried ahead. Over to Simpson, across to Houston, to Svitov. Backhanded down low, wide of the cage. Stampede to the rebound. Solomon gains the red line, chips it on net. Trable kicks it into the right corner. Wilson over to Houston, far side. Cal took a vicious hit from behind by Macrina. Centering feed, but they're going to get Macrina for the board. And Youngstown will head to the power play. As now bodies come together as Houston took exception to the hit. And I think Simpson and maybe Nasruddin might be going to the box as well. First one to the box is Macrina. Waiting to see if referee Ottenberg puts anybody else in the box. I swore I saw him motion to Simpson and Nasruddin, but it looks like those two will escape punishment for this one. Only one in the sin bin is Joseph Macrina. Youngstown heading to the power play, which on the season is 24.6%, fifth in the league. Penalty kill for the Stampede, 82.7% is ninth. Phantom power play, I believe, was 2 for 6 last weekend against Chicago. Face off to the left of Esch. And Rusinski won the draw. Back to the point for Wilson. Jack walks the blue line, feeds it over to Hextall, left circle. Goal line extended for Simpson. Back to the blue line for Wilson. Right circle for Hextall, to Wilson, to Simpson. Shot missed the cage. Rebound grabbed by Grimes, ripped around the boards and down the ice. Trable out to the hash marks to bump it over to Wilson. 30 seconds already gone on this power play for Youngstown. Rusinski to the red line and the blue. Slipped over to Jack. Hextall near wall. Hextall left corner. Up to the point for Wilson. Right circle, Simpson. Center point, Wilson. Shot, just missed the cage. Hextall the rebound. Goal line extended, Rusinski in front. They battle, still loose. Picked up by Hextall to the point for Wilson. Hextall fakes the shot. Back to Wilson. He'll fake the shot, center point two. Minute left on the power play. Simpson, top of the right circle. He'll skate center point. Simpson, Hextall, one-timer! Off the bar! Wilson kept at the right point. Over to Simpson, top of the left circle. He'll skate center point. Coop eyes the cage. Doesn't shoot it. Gives it up to Jardine. He's between the circles. Shot just missed the cage. Rebound grabbed by Prunty off the window and down the ice. Phantoms will cycle on the second power play unit. Less than 5 minutes left in the first. 35 seconds left in the power play for Youngstown. We're scoreless. Murphy has a 4-game point streak. He carries ahead. Drops it at the red line for Koharchik. Cooch into the zone. Fed it to Anderson. Center point. Murphy. Ripped it wide of the cage. Shot pass for Koharchik. Back to the right point for Murphy. Left side for McKinnon. Back to Murphy. 15 seconds left in the power play. McKinnon. Sharp angle shot off the side of the cage. Came back to McKinnon. Back to Murphy at the point. Top of the right circle for Koharchik. Koharchik. Middle of the ice. Got a shot away. Glove save by Esch. And really, I think by Koharchik, that is a freeze the puck. Let me get a second defenseman on the ice shot right there. Looks like this first power play will go by the wayside for Youngstown, but very strong effort from the man advantage unit. Face off to the left of Esch. Hesh to take the draw. And Cal Houston setting up in the shotgun. Now he'll retreat back to the point. Renkowski to take the draw for Cedar Rapids. Puck is down. And out of the box comes Macrina. Sioux Falls back to full strength. Phantom power play 0 for 1. Hamilton up to the Sioux Falls line. Redirected in by O'Leary, but grabbed by the Stampede. Back through center they come. It's Betzold. Fed across for a shot by Zoko. That is blocked to the end wall. Back in front it goes, but Houston there to defend for Youngstown. Banked out to Butkovsky at center. He'll just kind of bump it down into the SFN where it's grabbed by Nasruddin. Spins away from O'Leary and chipped it behind the cage for Weil. Weil out to center for Soler. To the Youngstown line into the skates of Cal Houston. He will bump it near side and out to the neutral zone. I believe the puck popped into one of the benches. 3:36 left in the first. Shots on goal 13-7 in favor of Youngstown. Neither goalie surrendered anything as of yet. Center ice draw, Schultz against Rusinski. Rusinski wins the faceoff. Svitov had it taken away. Into the zone they come 2-on-1. To the right side for a shot that is blocked by Carter Murphy. And that shot came, I believe, off the stick of McGraw. Up to left point, kept by Manisaw, but Svitov bumped it out to Rusinski. Diving effort, couldn't get it ahead to Simpson. Back come the Stampede, it's Monteiro. Sends it near side into the zone, comes Schultz. Toe drag shot blocked by Murphy. Off the end wall, came to the weak side, and a tripping call on Youngstown. Chasing after that rebound was Anthony Bongo. And frankly, I thought he dove of his own accord, but Youngstown will head to the penalty kill. Looks like JT Vini. No, not JT Vini. Yes, JT Vini. Youngstown losing one of their best penalty killers. Yeah, got to look at the replay. JT Vini's stick nowhere near Anthony Bongo. Time of the penalty, 16:52. Sioux Falls power play, 25%, fourth in the USHL. Phantom power play, 80.4 or penalty kill rather, 80.4% is 11th. Over to the left side for Solomon. Down low for Zoko to Renkowski. Center point, Prunty Solomon. One-timer blocked by Wilson. Got it back, shot blocked by Wilson again. Zoko up to the point for Solomon. Over the right side for Macrina. Up to Prunty. Back to Macrina. Right point for Prunty. Eyes the cage, gives it back to Macrina. Skates across the top of the circles. Back across, Prunty shot off a stick and off the high glass. It stayed in play. Into the left corner, Renkowski up the wall to Zoko. To Prunty. To Solomon. Across to Zoko. Little bobble, kept it alive. Got past Hesh. Still has it. Dropped it behind him for Solomon. Halfway home on the power play for the Stampede. Low shot by Solomon. Missed the cage. Got his own rebound, but then lost it in the circle, and Wilson gets the clear. Phantoms fire wagon change as Esch quickly over to the far wall. Gave it up to Prunty, but the Stampede making a line change of their own with 45 seconds left in the advantage. Less than 2 minutes left in the first. We're scoreless. Prunty carried to the red line. Dropped it back for Betzold. Into the zone for McGraw, and back to Betzold in the corner. Side of the cage, Monteiro. Brings it over to the near wall. Center point, Grimes. Betzold left circle, back to Grimes, center point. Right circle, Monteiro. 20 seconds left in the power play. Across McGraw, shot, Trable save, rebound is loose and covered. Pretty solid hug of the post there for Tobias Trable. 14 seconds left in this Sioux Falls power play. Shots on goal, 14-7 in favor of Youngstown. 82 seconds left in the first period. Face off to the left of Trable, Kuharczyk to take the draw against Salur. Puck is underneath one of the Stampede players, and they work it free. Grimes, right half wall, bumped off the puck by Kuharczyk into the corner. Hamilton poked at it, came around far side for Houston, and he'll fire down the ice. That will do it for the Sioux Falls. Don't know why I wanted to say Cedar Rapids power play. They are 0 for 1. Stolen in front of the SF bench by McKinnon, but couldn't enter the zone. Bump back for the defense. Houston will whack it back to the neutral zone. Off of McGraw, couldn't enter the zone, but did anyway, and offside are the Sioux Falls Stampede with 51.6 seconds left in the first. First intermission report just around the corner. If you're tuning in on KELO, they will have their own programming during intermission. Flow Hockey and Western Reserve Radio will keep you right here. Sioux Falls wins the faceoff, brings it into the zone, fires it around the end wall, comes to the left corner for Solomon. Into the circle looking for Renkowski. His one-timer was blocked by Wilson. Left corner, Solomon, diving effort. Got it up to the point for a low shot by Manisaw that was blocked in the corner. Solomon wedged off nicely by Houston, and getting the clear was Kuharczyk. Grabbing it at the red line was Manisaw. Into the zone, again on the attack are the Stampede. Kuharczyk tying up Solomon in the right corner. Wilson worked it free of the scrum behind the cage for Houston. Up the middle for McKinnon. Couldn't clear the zone, but Macrina couldn't keep it in. Phantoms with control. Wilson out to center for Kuharczyk. 2 seconds left in the period. Played it over to the point for Vini. Stolen by Monteiro, and that is how the first period will end. At the end of 20 minutes, we're scoreless. Shots on goal in the first period, 14-8 in favor of Youngstown. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we will have the first intermission report here for you on Western Reserve Radio, Flow Hockey, and KLO News Talk, 1320 AM and 107.9 FM.
Home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not... During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got Gas.
Veterans, the Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission, serving those who have served.
Phantom fans, get ready to score big flavor. Annie Ann's is serving up hot hand-rolled happiness all season long. Whether you go classic salted or sweet cinnamon sugar, every pretzel is a power play. So when the final horn sounds, head to Annie Ann's at Southern Park Mall or Eastwood Mall and treat yourself to the snack that always wins in OT. Let's go, Phantoms.
The stations that always keep you in the zone.
I love it.
It's awesome.
Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast, Youngstown, Ohio.
Welcome back to Western Reserve Radio's coverage of the Youngstown Phantoms. Now here's the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Welcome back inside the Gavelli Center for the first intermission report. At the end of 20 minutes of play, the Youngstown Phantoms and Sioux Falls Stampede are scoreless. Shots on goal at the end of 20 minutes. 14-8 in favor of Youngstown. Phantoms have probably had the better of the scoring chances. I would say, high danger looks. Phantoms probably about 4 or 5 out of their 14 shots. They have just added a shot to the counter. The shot counter reads 14-8 now. But high danger looks for Sioux Falls. Got to say probably 3 or less. That may be pushing it. One penalty each way in the first period. Joey Macrina called for checking from behind at 13:41. JT Vini called for tripping at 16:52. Both those penalties killed off. So each side 0 for 1 on the power play. Waylon Esch has stopped 14 out of 14. Tobias Trebel has stopped 8 out of 8. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we'll take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. College hockey, NHL, USHL, and Northeast Ohio high school football playoffs. You are listening to the First Intermission Report here on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey.
Think back to the beginning. That first game. That first jersey, that first moment when you knew you'd found your place. What you wear today started with a feeling that changed everything. NHL Shop, a Fanatics experience.
I'm Jarrett, owner of Pineapple POS. The same hardware that powers the Cavelli Center can power your business too, with free hardware, local service, and tools to eliminate your credit card processing fees. Visit pineapplepos.com. I'm Jarrett, owner of Pineapple POS. The same hardware that powers the Cavelli Center can power your business too, with free hardware, local service, and tools to eliminate your credit card processing fees. Visit pineapplepos.com.
At Texas Roadhouse, we do more than just hand-cut steaks. We have hot, fall-off-the-bone ribs, and everybody loves our fresh-baked bread with that honey cinnamon butter. The Phantoms love Texas Roadhouse, and we know you will too.
Fans, become part of the Phantoms family to get special discounts, free parking, a reserved seat throughout the year, and more. To join the Phantoms family, call 330-747-7825 for more information.
Discover Mahoning County and Northeast Ohio, where charm meets adventure. Explore stunning parks, vibrant arts, and rich history. From the scenic trails of Mill Creek Park to lively downtown Youngstown, Mahoning County has it all. Tee off at award-winning golf courses, enjoy the waters of Lake Milton, and browse charming antique shops. Indulge in local cuisine, relax at wineries and breweries, and experience unforgettable year-round events. Whether you're here for a weekend getaway or a family vacation, Mahoning County welcomes you with open arms. Plan your visit today and create memories that will last a lifetime. Visit exploremahoning.com and start your adventure.
You got so much to do. It's got you feeling Put a little play in your day. 'Cause it's fun all over the state. So come on, great games wait for you and me. The Ohio Lottery. Put a little play in your day. Put a little play in your day.
Fans, become part of the Phantoms family to get special discounts, free parking, a reserved seat throughout the year, and more. To join the Phantoms family, call 330-747-7825 for more information.
At Texas Roadhouse, we do more than just hand-cut steaks. We have hot, fall-off-the-bone ribs, and everybody loves our fresh-baked bread with that honey cinnamon butter. The Phantoms love Texas Roadhouse, and we know you will too.
Attention fans, do not forget to grab your Chuck-a-Pucks. They are available for purchase right now in the main concourse. Get yours before the second intermission and be ready for your chance to win some good prizes. Chuck-a-Puck will be taking place after the second period. Can you make it in the Ohio Lottery Bucket? Tree Preservation provides the highest quality residential, municipal, and commercial tree and plant health care services to the Mahoning Valley. Our team of certified arborists and licensed crane operators have been elevating tree care in the valley since 2013, using state-of-the-art industry equipment and practices. Contact us today for a no-charge estimate.
Price Heating and Cooling is a family-owned and operated residential and commercial HVAC company proud to serve the Mahoning Valley since 1937.
As an award-winning Carrier Factory authorized dealer, Price Heating and Cooling exhibits the exceptional standards, knowledge, and service you deserve. Is your home ready for warmer weather? Call today to learn about our financing options with approved credit on new air conditioning systems. And all of our pricing is upfront with no hidden fees.
Turn to your experts in red. Price Heating and Cooling.
Fans, 50/50 raffle tickets for tonight's game are on sale now in the main concourse. Tickets are $1 each or 10 for $5. Head to the main entrance to get your tickets now.
Discover Mahoning County and Northeast Ohio where charm meets adventure. Explore stunning parks, vibrant arts, and rich history. From the scenic trails of Mill Creek Park to lively downtown Youngstown, Mahoning County has it all. Tee off at award-winning golf courses, enjoy the waters of Lake Milton, and browse charming antique shops. Indulge in local cuisine, relax at wineries and breweries, and experience unforgettable year-round events. Whether you're here for a weekend getaway or a family vacation, Mahoning County welcomes you with open arms. Plan your visit today and create memories that will last a lifetime. Visit exploremahoning.com and start your adventure.
Stay up to date on when and where the Phantoms play by following our social media platforms. Find us on Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, and more.
You're listening to Western Reserve Radio, home of the Youngstown Phantoms. On the Live 365 network and the Live 365 app.
We now return you to Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Welcome back inside the Gavelli Center during the first intermission report. We're scoreless. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Muskegon leads Des Moines 2-0 first intermission, and that is the only other USHL game currently underway. The rest of them will be getting underway in probably the next 15 minutes or so. Dubuque will be in the stable to take on the Rough Riders. Omaha travels to Fox Valley Ice Arena to battle the Chicago Steel. Fargo travels south to take on the Lincoln Stars. Waterloo will be in Kearney to battle the Tri-City Storm. And the Battle of Wisconsin tonight, Green Bay will be in the state capitol to take on the Madison Capitals. Over to the NHL scoreboard. Final minute of the first, Red Wings and the Rangers tied at 1. First intermission on Long Island. The Wild lead the Islanders 2-0. 9 p.m. puck drop between the Blackhawks and Flames. 10 p.m. puck drop between the Jets and the Sharks. Over to the college hockey scoreboard. Holy Cross leads Niagara 3-1. Army and Bentley tied at 1, first intermission. Air Force leads Sacred Heart 1-0, first intermission. Brown up 1-0 on Princeton, first intermission. Dartmouth leads Colgate 2-0, first intermission. Harvard up on Cornell 1-0, first intermission. St. Lawrence and RPI tied at 1, first intermission. Clarkson leads Union 2-1, first intermission. Quinnipiac up 2-1 on Yale on that crosstown rivalry. Second period just underway in New Haven. Merrimack leads Boston University 2-1, first intermission. Providence up 1-0 on UConn, first intermission. UMass leads Maine 1-0, first intermission. Boston College up on Vermont 1-0, first intermission. New Hampshire and UMass Lowell scoreless, first intermission. St. Cloud State and Minnesota Duluth just about to get underway. Western Michigan leads Denver 1-0, first intermission. Michigan leads Wisconsin 1-0, first intermission. Michigan State leads Penn State 1-0, first intermission. Battle of top 5 programs there. Notre Dame and Minnesota just about to get underway. Northeastern leads Stonehill 1-0, first intermission. Long Island up 2-1 on Robert Morris, first intermission. Michigan Tech leads Northern Michigan 2-0, first intermission. And let's get over to the high school football playoffs. Girard leads Manchester 7-0. Akron, Hoban, and Boardman scoreless in the first. Mogador up 21-0 on East Palestine in the first. Green and Austintown Fitch tied at 7 in the first. Canfield leads Kenston 7-0 in the first. Poland leads Liberty 14-7 in the first. In the second between Poland and Liberty. Thank you, Dave. McDonald leads Warren JFK 14-7 in the second. Glenville leads Salem 14-0. West Branch up 14-7 on Norton. And let me see if I can jump over and get a score for the Hoover Vikings. Hoover currently losing to Massillon, Washington 21-7 in the second. That'll do it for the first intermission report. We're going to go ahead and take a 3-minute timeout. When we come back, second period action between the Stampede and Phantoms here for you on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey.
At Texas Roadhouse, we do more than just hand-cut steaks. We have hot, fall-off-the-bone ribs, and everybody loves our fresh-baked bread with that honey cinnamon butter. The Phantoms love Texas Roadhouse, and we know you will too.
Discover Mahoning County in Northeast Ohio, where charm meets adventure. Explore stunning parks, vibrant arts, and rich history. From the scenic trails of Mill Creek Park to lively downtown Youngstown, Mahoning County has it all. Tee off at award-winning golf courses, enjoy the waters of Lake Milton, and browse charming antique shops. Indulge in local cuisine, relax at wineries and breweries, and experience unforgettable year-round events. Whether you're here for a weekend getaway or a family vacation, Mahoning County welcomes you with open arms. Plan your visit today and create memories that will last a lifetime. Visit exploremahoning.com and start your adventure.
Adams Tree Preservation provides the highest quality residential, municipal, and commercial tree and plant health care services to the Mahoning Valley. Our team of certified arborists and licensed crane operators have been elevating tree care in the valley since 2013, using state-of-the-art industry equipment and practices. Contact us today for a no-charge estimate.
Veterans. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission, serving those who have served.
Watch this. Let's face it. What a time to be making a hockey show.
Nice. Just when I thought last year couldn't be topped.
Let them know what they're in for here.
Here we are.
How scared are you guys? How scared are you?
What keeps you motivated?
I think winning. I don't really know any different.
Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley.
Someone's got to set the tone out there, boys. Someone's got to set it.
The station that sets the tone for Youngstown Phantoms hockey is Western Reserve Radio. WRDB, The Scourge.
We now return you to Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Welcome back inside the Gavelli Center for the start of the second period. Phantoms and Stampede are scoreless. Shots on goal for the first, 14-8 in favor of Youngstown. Renkowski and Hextall at center ice. Roll for initiative. Second period is underway as Renkowski wins the draw. Grimes in his own zone. Out to the red line. Couldn't chip it past Jardine cleanly. Was grabbed by Macrina and at least got it into the offensive zone. Pass out to center by Houston. Stolen by the Stampede. They did get a shot on the net, saved by a Trable. Rebound out to center. Grabbed there by Grimes. Bounce back to Bongo. Far wall over for Macrina. Gains the red line. Fires it around the kick plate. Comes to the near side for Montero. Into the corner. Grabbed by Hextall up the middle to Jardine. Shovel to open ice for Wilson. Jack, little hesitation. Able to get it to the line. Big hit by Weil. Thrown at the line on Kyle O'Leary as Kyle got it deep for Hextall. To Jardine. To O'Leary, his one-timer wide of the cage. Rebound to Schultz around the net to the far side. Little delay move, then slipped it past Jardine out to center. Found McGraw. Taken right back by the Phantoms. Clubbed into the zone by Svitov, but couldn't get in after it as it bounced to Manasaw. Into the Youngstown end. Played back out to center by Vini. Grabbed by Schultz and chipped into the right wing corner. Picked up by Murphy. Sent up the far wall. Found Simpson at the red line. Touched behind him to Svitov. Into the zone for Rusinski. Toe dragon shot. And he fanned on it. Drifted to the edge of the blue paint where Esch poked it over to the far wall. Puck out to center. Grabbed by Murphy in his own zone. Banked ahead to the line for Svitov. Grabbed by Rusinski. Fought through a check. Brought it to the goal line. Tried to cut to the middle. Good stick by Bongo. Played it to the half wall. Taken by Simpson for Youngstown. Cooper brought it across the blue line. And Youngstown is offside. 18:25 left in the second. Sioux Falls will bring a line change. Out comes the Soler line. Phantom's going to keep the Rusinski, Svitov, and Simpson unit out. Draw controlled by the Stampede. Bongo DDD over to Prunty. Out to center for Bensold. Into the zone, fighting against Hamilton, right corner. Lost his footing. Trying to get back up with the puck. Came free for a moment for Soler. But it bounced to Rusinski in the slot, and Rue will clear it out to center off of Simpson. Coop regathers, sends it over to Svitov. Spinorama into the zone. Stop, pop, couldn't get the shot away. Fanned on it when he tried. It bounced to Rusinski. Rue across to Hamilton. Skate, stick, shot off the ankle of Simpson and wide. Stepping into it was Moore, and one-timer blocked by Bongo. Where is it? It's in Bongo's equipment. And the whistle will blow. think they finally got that biscuit out of the breezer for Bongo. Get the nod from engineer Dave Ferris. Given his age, I don't know how Dave sees better things than I do. I wouldn't push that mute button if I were you. Face off to the right of Esch. And I think Kaharchik going to get kicked out of the circle. And Orlowski will step in and take the draw. Rankowski controls, worked it to Grimes. Out to center, then bumped back for Nasruddin. Stolen by the Phantoms, played back ahead, looking for Orlowski, but rolled to Grimes, couldn't clear, kept by Kaharchik. Danced around one. Played it away from Grimes to Orlowski. Jesse using that big frame to bring it far corner. Worked to Kaharchik. Cooch fed the point for Houston. Poked at it to keep it alive. Orlowski down low for McKinnon. Around the cage, spinning off the check of Nasruddin, but lost his footing and the puck. Nasruddin around the cage to the near side. Up the middle to Macrina, over to Solomon. Banked off the near wall. Solomon for a line change as Wilson will fire it around the kick plate. Came to McKinnon, bumped to Orlowski, lost it entering the zone as it came to Snyder. Played ahead. They were looking for Kubat, taken by Youngstown and played back deep, but redirected in, so no icing. Around the cage comes Sorensen. Into the zone, the defenseman, right half wall. Pulled up at the bottom of the circle, played it back to Snyder. His shot stopped by Trable through traffic. Rebound to Logan Anderson. Played it out to center for Butkovsky, who whacks it deep. Esch behind the cage, spun it back. Far wall off of Snyder, grabbed by Butkovsky for Youngstown. Played it down low for Hesh, back to Butkovsky in the corner. Back through Hesh, it'll come near side, Jakob after it. Hesh left it there at the bottom of the circle for Anderson. Logan being watched by Snyder. Traded it off to Hesh, back to Anderson, but popped through his legs. Grabbed by Kubat and played out to center. From the red line, he'll play it on the crease, and Trable will set it up. Fired ahead by Youngstown. Butkovsky couldn't bump it back to Hesh, and it will be Manasaw playing it back into the Youngstown end. Stampeder offside. Murphy will get a free zone exit here as he carries past Schultz and past another into the zone. Murphy's drifting shot just missed the near post. Rebound off the corner glass and out to center. Hamilton will pitch it back out to center, and offside are the Stampede. Unable to hold that line was McGraw. 15:40 left in the second. Shots on goal in the period, 3-0 in favor of Sioux Falls, if you can believe that. I think at least two of the Stampede shots have been on net from beyond the blue line as Youngstown wins the neutral zone draw. Jardine over to Hamilton, far side, across off Thompson. Taken by Monteiro, swept off of his stick nicely by O'Leary, came to the side of the blue paint, and Esch played it below the net. Picked up by Jardine there. Jarge, right circle, turns, fires, Esch save off the shin pad of O'Leary and Lyde. Hextall to Jardine, one-timer, ripped it wide in the slot. Off the corner glass, it's Thompson, lost his footing, and coming ahead are the Stampede 4-on-3. Thompson and O'Leary hustling back to break off the rush. Monteiro, long distance shot off the blocker of Trable. Bongo overskated the rebound and comes to O'Leary after the pass from Murphy, and Kyle will dump it deep while Youngstown heads for the change. Esch over to Prunty, muscled off by Hextall. Jack had it poked up his twig, up the wall to Jardine, to Houston, D to Wilson. Toe drag shot, score! He is amused by the simplicity of this game. That is Jack Wilson. Goal number 3 on the season, and Youngstown has a 1-0 lead. Time of the goal, 5:16. Great work in the corner by Hextall. Worked it up the wall to Jardine. And I believe you had O'Leary in front providing the traffic. So it will be Wilson from Houston and Jardine at 5:16 to put Youngstown ahead 1-0. Back to live action. Vini in his own zone. DDD over to Murphy. Out to center for Rusinski. Ahead to Simpson and into the zone. for Svitov, lost it, regained, between the circles, shot was blocked. Murphy to the rebound, across to Rusinski. Rue, toe drag shot, Esch save, poke to the corner. Grimes to the rebound, up the near wall. Bumped by Slur over to Zoko, over to Betzold into the zone. Left circle, over-skated as he lost it. It's in the skates of Rusinski, and he's able to clear as far as the red line where it's picked up by Manasaw. Chipped it to the right wing corner. Murphy in after it. Back D to Vini, far side. Out to the neutral zone for Rusinski. Carries in. Trying to split the defense, couldn't do so as he played it off the skate of Manasaw. Taken by Prunty and lifted back down into Youngstown ice. Grabbed by Cal Houston off the window. Played ahead looking for Rusinski. Knocked away by Manasaw. Grabbed by Svitov. Couldn't enter the zone cleanly. But the puck was touched by a high stick of the Stampede and will have immediate timeout. 13:30 left in the second. Youngstown leads 1-0. You're listening to Youngstown Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio, Flow Sports, and KELO.
Veterans. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission, serving those who have served.
Western Reserve Radio is the home of the Youngstown Phantoms. Be sure to call 330-747-PUCK for ticket information or go to youngstownphantoms.com.
We now return you to Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Well, if you were watching the dance cam on Flow Hockey, I recommend maybe some saline eye wash. That was something else. I'm not even going to describe it for our listeners. Neutral zone faceoff controlled by the Stampede. Bongo in his own zone, trying to spin away from the forecheck of McKinnon. Trades it off to Nasruddin. Out to the Phantoms line, redirected in by Solomon. Houston, the first one to it below the goal line, fought through a check, but turned it over. Macrina, centering feed off the blocker, however, of Trable. Puck up to the top of the right circle. Phantoms play it near side. Orlowski gets the clear, skated into by Bongo at his own line. Orlowski now in on the forecheck, needs to be careful here. Took Bongo to the wall, but couldn't get the puck. Played ahead for Renkowski. Into the zone, long distance shot. Trable with the save. Rebound popped off the twig into the air, and Trable grabs it with the trapper as Houston took his man to the end glass. And that will draw a bit of a crowd. Linesman in to separate everything. Doesn't look like there will be any penalties on the play, but I think they are going to bring the faceoff outside the zone. As the referee indicated that the defenseman for Sioux Falls came down below the top of the circles after the whistle. 12:51 left in the second. Youngstown leads 1-0 off the third goal of the season for Jack Wilson. Phantoms when scoring first this year, 6-1. Neutral zone draw controlled by Hextall. Played over to Hamilton. Out to center off of a Phantom there in the neutral zone, so no icing. Esch will wrap it around to the left half wall. Jardine to O'Leary to Hextall, left corner. Up to the point, missed Hamilton. As Jack was going right, the puck went left. All the way down to Trable it rolled. And he will play it over to Morin. Out to center off of O'Leary. Phantoms just get it back out to center. Kicked ahead by Kubat. Off of Morin, it came to Jardine, who played it back to Hamilton. Jack to the red line and ahead for Hextall. To the left corner, played it away from Montero. Hextall still with it. Feeds the point for Murphy. Carter, low shot, hit Montero in the slot. Bounced over to Snyder and out to center. Montero retreated into his own zone and turned it over. Jardine, one hand on his stick, trying to work that free, but it'll be grabbed by Prunty. As Youngstown will try to hustle off for a change here. Out to center, Snyder ahead to Montero into the zone. Gains the half wall, plays it deep, came to Murphy, banked it off the Kick plate to Jardine, off the window, out to center for Hesh, and a hand pass called, as Jakob did play that with the mitt over to Anderson. 11:35 left in the second. Shots on goal for the game, 17-13 in favor of Youngstown. It's 5 in the period for Sioux Falls and 3 for Youngstown, but Youngstown does have the marker here in this middle frame. Third goal of the season for Jack Wilson, assisted by Cal Houston and Evan Jardine. Face off to the left of Trable after the hand pass, won by Youngstown. Murphy through traffic, left it up the wall for Vini. JT skates into it to the neutral zone to Hesh, into the zone for Anderson. Popped up in the air, couldn't find it. Betzel did. Played it out to center for Zoko. Butkoski tied him up, and now it's back to Betzel coming into the zone. Toe drag shot, rolls on net, and Trable will just easily play it over to Hesh in the right corner. Worked it up as far as the blue line. Zoko hustled to keep it in. Youngstown got control. Anderson dropped it back for Murphy. Played ahead to the line for Hesh. He'll redirect it into the zone. Side of the cage, Esch will bank it off the end wall to Manasaw, and then up the wall to Zoko through center. Took a bump from Anderson, brought it into the Youngstown end. Cut across the middle of the circles. Got a shot away, but it's off the stick of Jack Wilson and into the meshing. 10:54 left in this second period as, for whatever reason, a crowd is gathering in the blue paint. And I don't know who's down there mixing it up with JT Vini. I think that is Cooper Soler. And, young man, I'm going to tell you at 5'10", 170, you don't want that smoke from JT Vini at 6'6", 216. Face off to the left of Trable. Schultz to take the draw against Rusinski. Schultz won the draw cleanly, back to Grimes. His shot off the bar and out of play. Lots of traffic there in the shooting lane. Grimes got it through, but the iron unkind and the puck out of play. 4 seconds off the clock. We'll do it again. Phantoms will change up the forwards. Looks like Kaharchik will come out to take the draw against Schultz this time. Schultz with the face-off win again. Grimes, right point. Fires past McKinnon, carries below the goal line. Fed it in front through the low slot, but pass all the way out to center and back into the Sioux Falls zone. Bongo away from McKinnon, gains the neutral zone. Plays it to the red line for McGraw. Down the near side, bumped by Houston. Kept control of the puck, though, to Schultz, up to the right point for Bongo. D to Grimes. Shot blocked by, I believe, Orlowski out to center. All the way down into the Phantom zone. Esch plays it over to Grimes. Snapped ahead off the stick of Montero and into the Youngstown end. Stampede to a line change. Houston to Wilson. Banked ahead for Svitov. Svi has a step. Svi, backhander, kick save by Esch. Over to the left wall. Kaharchik couldn't center. Taken by Solomon as far as the red line before it's picked up by Svitov. Fought through a check, worked it to McKinnon, tried to give it back, ricocheted back to McKinnon. He'll play it deep to Svitov. Alexander around the cage to the far side, spins in the left corner. Eyes of that, fed it in front! Simpson somehow didn't get that home. My goodness, don't know if Esch got a piece or not. Thompson from the red line turned it over, grabbed by Solomon and played deep. Off of Hamilton and ricocheted on Trable, who sets it up for the defenseman. Back up ahead for Simpson. Simpson dropped it off, but Rusinski too far ahead of it. Renkowski carries through center for Sioux Falls. Spinning shot by Renkowski. I believe, no, that was Kubat. Redirected to the left wing corner. Grabbed in the left circle by Rusinski and played across for Svitov. Gained the red line, fired it in. Off the corner glass, Esch could not slow it down as it came to Simpson. Poked it back across, but he got double teamed. And well and truly hooked, but somehow Simpson able to get that puck back, but his pass stolen by Kubat, who then cleared it off of Kyle O'Leary and out to center. Taken by Betzold and played into the zone as Vini rode him into the far wall. Murphy in the corner. Took the hit to make the play, but getting the puck away was Soler, left point. Shot by Zoko, blocked out to center. Grabbed there by Grimes and re-entering the zone was Zoko, but offside. Dancing through center was Murphy. Played ahead, but Hextall couldn't get there in time. Prunty Gave it up to O'Leary. His shot wide of the cage from the top of the right circle. Hextall the rebound. Hugged into the left corner. Spun off the check. Played across to Wilson. Jack, toe drag. Shot, Esch save. Rebound into the slot. Grabbed by Betzold. Couldn't clear. Nice keep by Jardine. Jardine left corner now. Into the circle. Hextall. Shot. Lifted it over the bar and into the meshing. And we'll have immediate timeout. 8:07 left in the second. Phantoms lead 1-0. You're listening to Youngstown Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio, Flow Sports, and KELO.
Price Heating and Cooling is a family-owned and operated residential and commercial HVAC company proud to serve the Mahoning Valley since 1937.
As an award-winning Carrier Factory authorized dealer, Price Heating and Cooling exhibits the exceptional standards, knowledge, and service you deserve. Is your home ready for warmer weather? Call today to learn about our financing options with approved credit on new air conditioning systems. And all of our pricing is upfront with no hidden fees.
Turn to your experts in red, Price Heating and Cooling.
Someone's got to set the tone out there, boys. Someone's got to set it.
The station that sets the tone for Youngstown Phantoms hockey is Western Reserve Radio. WRDB, The Scourge.
We now return you to Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
.807 left in the second. Phantoms lead 1-0. Hello again to all of our friends turning in out in Soonland on KELO News Talk 1320 AM 107.9 FM. Of course, a big shout out to President of the Sioux Falls Stampede, Jim Olander. Miss seeing Jimmy O. Don't think I've seen Jimmy O since before the plague. Of course, I think it was about 5 years between contests for Sioux Falls and Youngstown there as we hit the COVID pause. Youngstown wins draw. Jardine toe drag shot was blocked to the end wall. Grimes got there first ahead of Jardine, spun off of him, then worked it up the near wall, off the dasher and out to center. Wilson grabbed that bouncing puck, played it off the legs of Jardine and down in the left wing corner. O'Leary up the wall to Jardine. Back to O'Leary. Walks the goal line. Came in front, but just as he was about to pull the trigger, it was poked wide. Montero gets it out to center. McGraw through the red line and into the zone. Lost his helmet as he battled with, I believe, Jardine, and penalty on the play, I believe, for a rough as those two battled. Roughing is the call on Cal Houston, and assistant captain Evan Jardine trying to say, you know, he got as good as he gave right there. That's either no penalty or it's both ways. Not impressed so far with the work of Alexander Ottenberg. Second power play of the game for the Stampede. Face off to the left of Trable. Won by the Phantoms. Wilson looking for open ice. He'll find it and he'll clear it. Off the end wall. Esch plays it past Rusinski up to the blue line. For Renkowski, behind him to Macrina. Into the Youngstown zone. Traded off to Zoko. Pass across off of Rusinski, but kept at the line by Prunty. Over to Solomon. Left circle. Goal line extended past Renkowski now and up to the point for Solomon. Top of the left circle. Goal line extended into the bumper. They score. Pretty passing ends in a power play goal for Logan Renkowski. 8th goal of the season. And all it took was 32 seconds off the power play, and Sioux Falls has tied the game. Time of the goal, 13:03. And with the primary assist on that one, I believe that was Zoko behind the net. Zoko going to extend his scoring streak to 10 games, which is a season long in the USHL this year. Phantoms carry ahead from their own zone. Morin lost the puck to Schultz, bounced down the wall. to Montero. Hamilton takes him to the boards. Puck came free for Kuharczyk. Played into the middle for Orlowski, and Jesse back over to McKinnon. To the red line for Orlowski, off the dasher and into the meshing, but puck apparently is going to stay alive here. McKinnon lost it in his skates. Montero will clear the zone to Betzold. Red line and blue into the zone. Chris crosses with a man over to Montero. His shot wide of the cage off the corner glass out to center. Back to Bongo, D over to Grimes. Ahead to the line for Soler, back to Betzold. Played behind him to Montero. Left circle, shot, save, rebound, loose in the slot. Bongo popped it wide of the cage. Poked up the boards by Murphy, kept to the right point by Grimes. Came off a stanchion, bounced wide of the net. Morin able to poke it into the corner for Orlowski, up the wall, but kept by Soler. Left point now kept by Grimes as Kuharczyk couldn't clear. Now Orlowski had some time and space, worked it out to the neutral zone for Kuharczyk, but he was stripped of the puck by Zoko. Across over to Soler, his shot well wide of the net, off the end wall, bounces to Kubat. Played down low to Zoko. Muscled off the puck, carrying around the cage to the far side was Murphy. Carter ahead for Simpson. Coop into the zone. Around a couple of defenders. Drew a crowd, played it back to Rusinski. Pass wasn't in his wheelhouse as he got put down hard by Kubat, who of course spent a couple of weeks with the Phantoms as a healthy scratch. Now back for a one-timer that's blasted wide of the cage. Rusinski to the rebound. Rue around the net. Spins off his man, walks the goal line, fed it in front. Backdoor, what a save by Esch! Save of the year stuff from Waylon Esch as Alex Svitov robbed of his first USHL goal. Had a mostly open net, and Waylon Esch threw back the left hand. And you can't even say he was trying to catch it because Svitov just put it right into his glove. And glove definitely outside of the net, so not a chance that the glove was inside the net to make the catch there. As referee Alexander Otenberg over to talk to Ryan Ward. Now over to talk to Ryan Crothers. 4:52 left in the second. We're tied at 1. Even strength goal for Jack Wilson. Power play goal for Logan Rinkowski. All right, both benches have been informed of something. Face off to the left of Esch. Hesh wins the draw. Budkowski back to the point for Houston. Turns and fires it, body in the slot. To Anderson, played in front. Budkowski trying to stuff it home. He couldn't do it on the far side. Carrying ahead is Solomon. Into the zone, top of the circle, shot well wide of the net. Rebound kept at the top of the right circle by Macrina. Sent back around the kick plate to Grimes. Fanned on his pass as a pop to Hesh in the corner behind the net for Wilson. Carrying ahead is Budkowski. Matty to the red line, across to Anderson. Behind him to Houston. Off the stanchion and through the blue paint. Dangerous moments there for the Stampede. Youngstown back into the zone. Budkowski, left circle, shot. Esch with the blocker save. Rebound to O'Leary. Double teamed, and it's Macrina with the puck. Behind him to Grimes. He'll carry ahead. Red line in blue over to Montero. To an oncoming Bongo. His shot blocked. Bounced on the cage, and Trable had to kick it out. Murphy got to the rebound, worked it over to Hextall. Jack out to center. Off of O'Leary into Jardine. Back to O'Leary, left circle. Centering feed was blocked by Grimes. Back to O'Leary in the left corner. Double team, Bongo sent it up the wall. McGraw got it out to center, past Murphy. Into the Youngstown zone. Murphy took him to the wall. Hextall looking for that puck as it's tangled up in the right corner. Came up the boards. Grabbed by Murphy and fed ahead to Jardine. Jarts chipped it just wide of the cage. Esch set it up for Nasruddin. Had to jump over a loose stick there, but able to feed it ahead to Schultz off of Bongo at the red line. Regathered, got it deep as Sioux Falls is trying to get some fresh forwards on the ice. Thompson left it for Hamilton. Backhanded back to Thompson. Braden to the neutral zone. Out to the blue line for Hextall. Couldn't enter the zone just yet. Jack regathers, trying to get a deep pass. Nasruddin, he will. This will let Youngstown start a line change. Betzold. Couldn't clear. Orlowski kept, was hooked down by Bongo. Play continues. Betzold out to center for Salur. Into the zone across the top of the circles. Couldn't get a shot away. Now he will. Drifted it wide of the net. Off the dasher. Nazarene has it hop over his stick and back out to neutral. Plays it over to Prunty. And back to Salur at the blue line. Couldn't get it deep. Nope, second effort he will. Kiharchik takes it from Thompson. Turned over to Zoko. Side of the net. Turning, firing. Salur missed the cage. I think Hamilton got away with a check from behind there in the corner, clearing the rebound out to the neutral zone. Sioux Falls are offside on the zone re-enter. Less than 2 minutes left in the second. We're tied at 1. Snapped ahead to center. Svitov was offside on the play, and the Stampede will carry ahead. Macrina past Svitov at the red line and into the Youngstown zone, picked up by Rusinski. Back up the wall to Kaharchik. Off the dasher and out to center. Prunty wedges it away from Svitov. Prunty into the zone, down the right side, watched by Hamilton. Still with it, spins in the left corner. Couldn't work it back to Macrina. Stolen in front. It's still loose there. Cleared by Youngstown out to center. Hustling down ice after it is Svitov. Weil will play it away from him. Back up to the Youngstown line. It's touched to Solomon. Solomon, toe drag shot blocked. Loose in the slot, poked at by Manasaw. Taken by Simpson, knocked ahead, couldn't find Rusinski. Back through center come the Stampede, but Solomon bumped off the puck as we hit less than a minute left in the period. Back up to the Sioux Falls line for Svitov. Played down the left wall, but Simpson unable to get there in on the forecheck, and he'll take down Manasaw behind the cage. Weil worked it out to center. Macrina gained the red line, chipped it wide of the net. Trable sets it up for Wilson, played it in the corner for Houston. Shoveled past the man and out to Rusinski with 40 seconds left in the period. Ruse backhander across the ice was blocked off by McGraw, and he'll carry into the zone. McGraw stop and pop, but couldn't get past Houston. Loose puck. Fired ahead. They were looking for Simpson, but a diving effort by Grimes kept it away from the Phantoms' leading point man. 20 seconds left in the second. Grimes out to the neutral zone for Schultz. Taken in the official's crease by Anderson, who played it deep. Esch set it up for Bongo with 10 seconds left. To McGraw. Up to the line for Monteiro. Chips it to the right wing corner with 2 seconds. And that is how the second period will end. Phantoms grabbed a 1-0 lead on the goal for Jack Wilson, but Logan Renkowski tied it with a power play goal for Sioux Falls. Shots on goal for the game, 22-17 in favor of Youngstown. Phantoms with 8 shots in the period. Sioux Falls with 9. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we will have the second intermission report here for you on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob. During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. With national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley.
Price Heating and Cooling is a family-owned and operated residential and commercial HVAC company proud to serve the Mahoning Valley since 1937.
As an award-winning Carrier Factory authorized dealer, Price Heating and Cooling exhibits the exceptional standards, knowledge, and service you deserve. Is your home ready for warmer weather? Call today to learn about our financing options with approved credit on new air conditioning systems. And all of our pricing is upfront with no hidden fees.
Turn to your experts in red. Price Heating and Cooling.
At Texas Roadhouse, we do more than just hand-cut steaks. We have hot, fall-off-the-bone ribs, and everybody loves our fresh-baked bread with that honey cinnamon butter. The Phantoms love Texas Roadhouse, and we know you will too.
Discover Mahoning County and Northeast Ohio where charm meets adventure. Explore stunning parks, vibrant arts, and rich history. From the scenic trails of Mill Creek Park to lively downtown Youngstown, Mahoning County has it all. Tee off at award-winning golf courses, enjoy the waters of Lake Milton, and browse charming antique shops. Indulge in local cuisine, relax at wineries and breweries, and experience unforgettable year-round events. Whether you're here for a weekend getaway or a family vacation, Mahoning County welcomes you with open arms. Plan your visit today and create memories that will last a lifetime. Visit exploremahoning.com and start your adventure.
Adams Tree Preservation provides the highest quality residential, municipal, and commercial tree and plant health care services to the Mahoning Valley. Our team of certified arborists and licensed crane operators have been elevating tree care in the Valley since 2013, using state-of-the-art industry equipment and practices. Contact us today for a no-charge estimate.
The stations that always keep you in the zone.
I love it.
It's awesome.
Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast, Youngstown, Ohio.
Welcome back to Western Reserve Radio's coverage of the Youngstown Phantoms. Now here's the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Welcome back inside the Gavelli Center for the second intermission report. The end of 40 minutes of play. The Youngstown Phantoms and Sioux Falls Stampede are tied at 1 goal apiece. Shots on goal for the game, 22-17 in favor of Youngstown. Sioux Falls outshot Youngstown 9-8 in the second period. Phantoms open scoring at 5:16. Jack Wilson's third goal of the year. Low shot from the left point. Found its way through traffic and through the 5-hole of Waylon Esch. Assist to Cal Houston and Evan Jardine. Jardine extending his scoring streak to 4 with the assist on that goal. And Youngstown led 1-0. That 13:03 was a power play goal for Logan Renkowski. Pretty passing. Brent Solomon from the left point down to the goal line to Thomas Zoko. Right to Renkowski in the slot. And just bing, bang, boom. One-timer off the stick of Renkowski past Tobias Trabel. Renkowski's 8th goal of the year. Zoko with the assist extends his scoring streak to 10 games, which again is a season high for the league. And it was a roughing call on Cal Houston at 12:31 that gave the power play, that led to the power play goal for Renkowski. And I cannot say enough how unimpressed I am with that roughing call. Waylon Esch has stopped 21 out of 22. Tobias Trabel has stopped 16 out of 17. Phantom power play 0 for 1. Sioux Falls power play 1 for 2. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we'll take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard here for you on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey.
Western Reserve Radio is the Valley's online source for sports talk and local live events. Tune in and be a part of their live weekly shows, as well as all of the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey, high school football, and the GDFL. Find them at westernreserveradio.com. Tune in. and the Live 365 app to be a part of the area's sports conversation. Be sure to visit them on Facebook at Western Reserve Radio and on Twitter at
The Mahoning County Veterans
WR_radio.
Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission, serving those who have served.
Go Phantoms and best wishes this season from KO Consulting, your community and economic development firm specializing in grants for nonprofits, small business, and governments.
Fans, 50/50 raffle tickets for tonight's game are on sale now in the main concourse. Tickets are $1 each or 10 for $5. Head to the main entrance to get your tickets now.
I'm Jarrett, owner of Pineapple POS. The same hardware that powers the Cavelli Center can power your business too. With free hardware, local service, and tools to eliminate your credit card processing fees. Visit pineapplepos.com.
Stay up to date on when and where the Phantoms play by following our social media platforms. Find us on Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, and more. Phantom fans, get ready to score big flavor. Annie Ann's is serving up hot hand-rolled happiness all season long. Whether you go classic salted or sweet cinnamon sugar, every pretzel is a power play. So when the final horn sounds, head to Annie Ann's at Southern Park Mall or Eastwood Mall and treat yourself to the snack that always wins an OT. Let's go, Phantoms!
USHL, our stars rise.
Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and CityView Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley.
Fans, become part of the Phantoms family to get special discounts, free parking, a reserved seat throughout the year, and more. To join the Phantoms family, call 330-747-7825 for more information.
You're listening to Western Reserve Radio, home of the Youngstown Phantoms. On the Live 365 network and the Live 365 app.
Welcome back to Western Reserve Radio's coverage of the Youngstown Phantoms. Now here's the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Welcome back inside the Cavelli Center. Second intermission report. Phantoms and Stampede tied at 1. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Muskegon with a 3-1 lead over the Des Moines Buccaneers. Second intermission at Trinity Health Arena. Cedar Rapids leads Des Moines 3-1 at the Stable. Still 3 minutes left in the first period. Final 90 seconds of the first at Fox Valley Ice Arena, and Chicago all over Omaha 4-0 in the opening frame. Scoreless through one at the ice box between the Force and Stars. Tri-City, they're all over Waterloo in their own right. That one has just gone to the first intermission, and Tri-City leads 3-0. Battle of Wisconsin between the Gamblers and Capitals is tied at 1 in Madison. Over to the NHL scoreboard, 4 minutes left in the second. Rangers lead the Red Wings 2-1. Wild up 4-1 on the Islanders, 4 minutes left in the second. Getting underway in about 25 minutes will be the Blackhawks and Flames in Calgary. And then a 10 p.m. Eastern puck drop between the Jets and Sharks. Over to the college hockey scoreboard, Holy Cross leads Niagara 5-1. Army and Bentley tied at 2. Second intermission, actually that Holy Cross Niagara game has gone final. 5-1 win for the Crusaders. RIT leads Mercyhurst 1-0 third period. Air Force leads Sacred Heart 3-0 second intermission. Princeton and Brown tied at 1 second intermission. Dartmouth 3-1 over Colgate. I very much doubt that's 3 minutes into the first, but that's what collegehockeynews.com says. Cornell and Harvard tied at 1 second intermission. St. Lawrence and RPI tied at 1 minute into the third. Clarkson leads Union 4-1, 3 minutes left in the second. Quinnipiac and Yale tied at 2, second intermission. Merrimack leads Boston University 2-1, second intermission. Providence up 2-1 on UConn, second intermission. UMass leads Maine 2-0, 5 minutes left in the second. Boston College up 1-0 on Vermont, second intermission. New Hampshire leads UMass Lowell 1-0, second intermission. Minnesota Duluth leads St. Cloud State 1-0, 2 minutes left in the first. North Dakota and Omaha tied at 1, 3 minutes left in the first. Western Michigan leads Denver 1-0, second intermission. Michigan leads Wisconsin 3-2, second intermission. Penn State and Michigan State tied at 1, 90 seconds into the third. Notre Dame and Minnesota scoreless through 20. Northeastern leads Stonehill 1-0, second intermission. Long Island leads Robert Morris 4-1, second intermission. Michigan Tech leads Northern Michigan 3-0, second intermission. Minnesota State leads Bowling Green 3-2, 5 minutes left in the first. Lake Superior State and Bemidji State scoreless after 2. Augustana leads Ferris State 2-1, 3 minutes second intermission. Over to the high school football scoreboard. Girard leads Akron Manchester 14-0 at the half. Hoban leads Boardman 38-0 in the third. Mogador leads East Palestine 54-0 at the half. Greene leads Austintown Fitch 17-14 in the second. Canfield leads Kenston 24-6 in the second. Poland leads Liberty 21-7 in the second. West Branch leads Norton 28-14 at the half. Cleveland Glenville leads Salem 36-0 at the half. Smithville leads United 14-7 at the half. Mooney leads South Range 14-6 at the half. Garraway leads Crestview 21-0 at the half. And McDonald leads Warren JFK 14-7 at the half. That'll do it for our second intermission report. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout. When we come back, third period action between the Phantoms and Stampede here for you on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey.
I'm Jarrett, owner of Pineapple POS. The same hardware that powers the Cavelli Center can power your business too. With free hardware, local service, and tools to eliminate your credit card processing fees. Visit pineapplepos.com.
At Texas Roadhouse, we do more than just hand-cut steaks. We have hot, fall-off-the-bone ribs, and everybody loves our fresh-baked bread with that honey cinnamon butter. The Phantoms love Texas Roadhouse, and we know you will too.
Price Heating and Cooling is a family-owned and operated residential and commercial HVAC company proud to serve the Mahoning Valley since 1937.
As an award-winning Carrier Factory authorized dealer, Price Heating and Cooling exhibits the exceptional standards, knowledge, and service you deserve. Is your home ready for warmer weather? Call today to learn about our financing options with approved credit on new air conditioning systems. And all of our pricing is upfront with no hidden fees.
Turn to your experts in red, Price Heating and Cooling.
Go Phantoms and best wishes this season from KO Consulting, your community and economic development firm specializing in grants for nonprofits, small business, and governments.
Veterans. The Mahoning County Veteran Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veteran Service Commission, serving those who have served.
Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley.
Watch this. Let's face it, what a time to be making a hockey show.
Nice. Just when I thought last year couldn't be topped.
Let them know what they're in for here.
Here we are.
How scared are you guys? How scared are you?
What keeps you motivated?
I think winning. I don't really know any different.
Someone's got to set the tone out there, boys. Someone's got to set it.
The station that sets the tone for Youngstown Phantoms hockey is Western Reserve Radio. WRDB, The Scourge.
We now return you to Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Welcome back inside the Gavelli Center for the start of the third period. Phantoms and Stampede tied at 1. Goals belonging to Wilson and Renkowski. Phantoms went tied after 2, 0-2. Sioux Falls tied after 2, 2-2. And you can roll for initiative. The third period is underway. Hello again to our friends joining us in Siouxland on KELO News Talk. Chipped on the net. Esch plays it over to Renkowski. Off the boards, kept by Wilson. Over to O'Leary. Shot. Esch with the save, and he holds. Face-off will be to the left of Esch. Hextall to take the draw against Schultz. Hextall wins it cleanly back to Houston. Cal eyes the cage, got the shot away, but right to the glove of Esch. And before the whistle blows, he throws it over to Montero. Played off the glass, kept at the point by Houston. Chipped down low for O'Leary. Spins off the check, fed it through the low slot. Nobody there for Youngstown. And the puck out to center. Houston back into his own end for it. D to Wilson. Snapped ahead to the line for O'Leary. Tried to find Hextall, but the pass was right to the stick of Montero, who played it ahead for McGraw. Turns his back to the play. Tried to give it up to Montero, but ended up giving it to Jardine, who now hands to Houston. Cal out to the red line for Hextall. Brought into the zone somehow onside as O'Leary was knocked into the Phantom zone, and there Murphy trips on the red line out at center while Sioux Falls is trying to clear the zone. It's Weil to the far wall. Taken away for a moment by Svitov. Weil able to regather, get it to the neutral zone. Grabbed to the red line by Murphy, pumped right back in on the net. Esch will set it up and send it far wall for Weil. Rusinski overtook him but couldn't hold the zone. And it's back through center. Into the zone comes Solomon, 2-on-1. Solomon across Rusinski with the back check and ricocheted it into the meshing out of play as Rusinski and Renkowski need to be separated. 18:33 left in the third. Face-off will be to the right of Trable. And Rusinski will take the draw against Renkowski. Sioux Falls with control. Macrina around Hamilton. Tried the wraparound, but Trable right there at the near post to shut it off. Simpson lifts it out to center. Pass Svitov, who couldn't find it as it lifted up in the air. Grimes plays it away from him around the net to the near corner. Shoveled up the boards and out to the neutral zone. Trying to play it in with Solomon, but he tangled with Hamilton and then lost his twig on the play. Morin to Rusinski. Shot blocker save. Rebound to the left circle. Was in Simpson's skates and he couldn't fire. This could be icing on Sioux Falls. It very well should be. Very late whistle. Don't know what linesman Douglas Hook was waiting for there. We almost had a collision below the goal line. Definitely icing on the play. 17:49 left in the third. We're tied at 1. Kaharchik to take the draw against Salur. Kaharchik went it in the corner for Orlowski to McKinnon to Kaharchik. Turned, fired, blocked into the meshing. Good stick there by the Stampede. I believe that was Prunty. Seven seconds tick off the clock. Sioux Falls gets a line change, which they could not do because of the icing. Kaharchik to take the draw against Schultz. McKinnon setting up in the shotgun. Kaharchik did win the draw, but over to the wall, and Sioux Falls able to clear to center. Montero had it poked off his twig from behind by Orlowski. It rolled to Wilson. Out to the red line off the shin pad of Schultz. It bounced to Orlowski, who played it into the Sioux Falls zone. McKinnon back around the kick plate, tried to find Orlowski, but stolen by Montero and carried as far as the neutral zone, chipped in by Schultz, as Schultz then knocked Houston off as he was skating backwards. Dangerous play there, as then Schultz takes Wilson to the boards for good measure. From the red line, chipped just wide of the cage by Nasruddin. Houston to Wilson, lifted out to center, but Orlowski had to wait for it. Still coming in, got the shot away and just wide from the top of the circles. Jesse Orlowski, great look. As Sioux Falls wins a battle along the near wall, they get it out as far as center. Into the zone comes Bongo. Spins away from Murphy and feeds it deep. Stampede were changing behind the plays. It came to Vini. Out to center for Anderson. Logan into the zone, but offside ahead of the play was Matty Bukowski. 16:35 left in the third period. We are tied at 1. Shots on goal, 3-0 here in the period. 27-10 for the game in favor of the Phantoms. Sioux Falls actually the leading shot getter in the league this season, averaging 36 shots a game. Youngstown third on that list with right around 30. In the neutral zone, Vini from the red line rips it in. Around the kick plate, came to Bukowski near side. Behind the net for Anderson. Back up to the left point for Murphy. It bounced on him out to center. Played across to Vini. Feathered ahead for Bukowski. And then Matty got put down hard at the line by Dane Sorensen. Clean legal hit there, firing up the bench. Hesh, far side of the cage. Working Sorensen, trades it into the corner for Anderson. Up to the point, Morin. Down the wall, center point, Morin, shot, rebound, Hesh looking for it, couldn't tuck it home. Hesh back in front looking for Jardine, stolen by the Stampede. They will skate it ahead. Zoko to the red line, was going to be icing, but Trable didn't see the linesman's arm in the air and he played it. Morin ahead to Hextall, couldn't get it deep, taken by the Stampede, floated back to the Youngstown line. Morin back to Hextall. He'll dump it cross corner to the near side. O'Leary there. Kyle spun off the check, trying to step out in front, got hauled down, play continues. Up to the left point, Wilson couldn't hold the zone. Diving effort to break off the rush for the Stampede, but it did come to Solomon. Gained the red line and fired it in. Trable stops it behind the cage. Played into the left corner. Houston lets it go through for the poke ahead by Hextall. Off the stick of Macrina, it came back to Houston. Now he'll send it near side for Wilson. Fired up the middle to O'Leary at the red line. Into the zone for Jardine. They crisscross. Backhander on the cage. Esch with the save. Rebound, Hextall, save. Esch, rebound covered. And we'll have a media timeout. 14:42 left in the third. We're tied at 1. The temperature's rising. You're listening to Youngstown Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Sports.
Think back to the beginning. That first game. That first jersey. That first moment when you knew you'd found your place. What you wear today started with a feeling. A feeling that changed everything. NHL Shop, a Fanatics experience.
The stations that always keep you in the zone.
I love it.
It's awesome.
Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast, Youngstown, Ohio.
Welcome back to Western Reserve Radio's coverage of the Youngstown Phantoms. Now here's the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Evan Jardine called for roughing. Time of the penalty, 5:18. Sioux Falls back to the power play, 1 for 2 on the game. Third straight power play for the Stampede. Soko to take the draw against Rusinski to the left of Trable. Rusinski with the clean face-off win. Houston Fand on the clear. Grabbed by Zoko, fed over to Renkowski. Up to the left point for Solomon. Down to the goal line for Zoko. Back to Solomon. Center point Prunty. Top of the left circle. Solomon eyed the cage. Shot scored. Brent Solomon, his 10th goal of the year. Just 18 seconds off the power play. And Sioux Falls has a 2-1 lead. Time of the goal, 5:36. For Solomon, 10th goal of the season, 4th on the power play. And Houston fanning on the clear to start the penalty kill for Youngstown. Looming large there is Matty Bukowski's actually going to head off down the tunnel here, attended by athletic trainer Amber Martinelli. And it was Zoko providing the screen on Trable, looking left, looking right, and didn't react till the puck was past him. As Schultz wins the faceoff, turned over immediately to Youngstown. Played ahead into the right wing corner. Svitov tangled with Grimes, who I believe is on top of the puck right now. He's going to turtle. And the whistle will blow. 14:07 left in the third. And the Stampede now lead 2-1. Face off to the left of Esch. Won by Rusinski. Svitov, however, was pushed down, pushed his man back. Fans came away with the puck. Behind the net, it's Simpson. Simpson steps out in front. Sharp angle shot off the side of the net. Came around to the weak side and will be skated ahead by the Stampede. Cross far ice. Schultz has it taken away. Simpson's down into the zone. Tried to drop it back for Rusinski as Simpson got ridden hard into the corner boards. Svitov off a check but lost the puck. Stampede trying to clear, and they will, but grabbed in the neutral zone by Vini. Worked D to Murphy, and he will fire it back in. Phantom's going to go to a line change. Monteiro sent it near side for Schultz. Played it past Orlowski. Up in the air into the neutral zone. Betzold will play it into the Phantom's end. Trable around the wall, stopped to the left half by Monteiro. Tried to center, but it was into the skates of Rusinski. Bounced off of him and Soler and came to Hamilton. Jack below the goal line, taken away by Betzold. Played it left corner. Betzold waiting for help. Puck came to left point. Shot from Manasaw goes wide. Sorry, Manasaw. Left corner. Zoko being watched by Morin. Around the net. Tried to send it back to the weak side. Was looking for Soler, but nice read by Jesse Orlowski. Orlowski carries ahead, little bit of a hook, but brings it into the zone 2-on-2. Orlowski, power move to the cage, got hauled down. Holding will be the call, no penalty shot for Orlowski. Great power move to the cage by Jesse to keep his feet moving. Youngstown will get their second power play of the game. Tobias Trabel over to the bench to grab a new twig from equipment manager Andrew Rush. Time of the penalty on Wade Weil, 7:25. Again, Youngstown to their second power play. Brzezinski to take the draw against, I believe, Rankowski. Puck still loose in the circle. Pride free by Simpson. Sorry, that's Hextall up to the point for Wilson. Jack walks the blue line over to the left circle for Hextall. Goal line extended for Rusinski. They'll trade places. Rusinski across the top of the circles. Across, Wilson, toe drag shot. Missed the cage. Rebound to the end wall. Picked up by Hextall. Tried to feed Wilson at the point. It will bounce to him. Tried to feed it across. Knocked out to center by Macrina, but then lost his footing as he tried to get down ice after it. Wilson able to gather it in. 35 seconds already gone on the power play for Youngstown. Rusinski behind him to Wilson. Quickly up for Jardine. To Rusinski. Shot. Esch save. Rebound. Grabbed by Jardine. Poked into the corner. Jards up the wall looking for Simpson. Touched away. Came back to him. Tried to give it to Hextall. Couldn't take it. Came to Simpson. Cooper. Toe drag. Shot. Score! You do not know the power of the dark side. Cooper Simpson, his 7th goal of the year, ties the game for Youngstown on the power play. Time of the goal, 8:19. Coop, a little work off the bar, as I believe this will be Simpson from Jardine and Hextall. No, check that. This is going to be Simpson unassisted. As a member of the Stampede had the puck for a moment before Coop took it from him and then ripped it off the post and in. Now here it's over for a one-timer by Weil that is blocked by a diving McKinnon. And offside, actually, there. Weil could not hold the zone. .25 left in the third. Shots on goal, 30-18. It's actually Sioux Falls scoring on their first shot of the period here in the third. As Simpson carries into the zone, knocked off the puck. Did trickle behind the cage to Hesh. Touch to Anderson. Grabbed by the Stampede, sent around the wall for Soler near side. Red line in blue into the zone, but stripped of the puck by Murphy. Worked back ahead for Anderson. 3-on-2 for the Phantoms if they can hustle. Simpson, toe drag shot off the ankle of Manasaw. Behind the cage, Simpson again threw it up the middle. Nobody there for Youngstown. Grabbed at the red line by Soler, who I thought was actually heading off for a change. Soler across, pass was behind McGraw, and it bounced to Murphy. Carter off the near boards and out to center, picked up by Soler and sent right back in. Trabel sets it up behind the cage while the Stampede change. Murphy to Morin, up the middle to Jardine. Evan into the zone, down the right wall, watched by Grimes. Spins at the right hash marks. Tried to send it to Rusinski, pass stolen by the Stampede. O'Leary took it away at the red line, bumped it ahead to Jardine. Couldn't find Hextall. Jack Sefkin effort held the line, but it's going to be gathered in by Monteiro and sent back out the center. McGraw put down hard from behind, but cleanly by Morin as the puck rolled to Jardine. Across to Hamilton, up off of Hextall and redirected into the zone. Youngstown will start a line change. Esch up to the point, missed his intended target of Schultz as the puck rolled down to the Youngstown zone for Houston. DDD pass was behind Wilson, who fell. Sullivan in, shot wide of the cage. Jardine clears the rebound to center. Macrina. Chipped it past Jardine and back into the Youngstown zone. Houston. Gathered in behind the net. Carried to the neutral zone. Gained the red line and backhanded it in. Phantoms will now start a line change as Esch feeds up the near side. Came to Kuharczyk, fanned on the one-timer. Might have actually broken his stick on the play. Back into the zone comes Renkowski. Fed across to Macrina. Left circle. Shot. Save. Rebound into the high slot. Grabbed by Orlowski. Ahead of the play is Kuharczyk. Gathers it in. No attached. Shot. Score! Get that cat off my chair. Jakob Hesch, his 6th goal of the season, puts Youngstown ahead 3-2. Time of the goal, 10:49. Thought it was Kuharczyk who broke his stick on that play. In fact, it was Kuharczyk that broke his stick on the play. He was late getting to the bench, and so Hesch was back behind the play, and he was the one that leaked behind the defense, gained the hash marks, and ripped it blocker side on Esch. And the Phantoms had the lead back. It's 3-2. From the red line, fired on the net. Trable will set it up for Carter Murphy. Up to the left point. Great stick lift there by Kuharczyk, but Zoka almost took it back, then Kuharczyk grabbed it again. Out to center for McKinnon. Chipped it past his man. McKinnon, left circle, and then muscled down hard. That's going to be a penalty on Wade Weil. Imagine checking from behind. No, they're going to call a hold, but we'll have our final media timeout of regulation. Phantoms of the power play on the other side of the break. 8:41 left in the third. Phantoms lead 3-2. You're listening to Youngstown Phantoms Hockey on West. Back inside the Gavelli Center. 8:41 left in the third. Phantoms lead 3-2. They're heading to the power play. Second penalty in a row on Wade Weil. This one also for a hold. Youngstown 1 for 2 on the power play tonight. Of course, the time of that penalty, 11:19. Face off to the left of Esch. Won by Rusinski. Hextall to Jardine to Wilson at the right point. Jack skates the blue line. Eyes the cage, gives it up to Simpson. Across, Hextall, shot wide of the cage. Rusinski to the rebound. Near wall for Simpson, up to the line for Wilson. Over to Simpson, left point. Trades places with Wilson. Gives it to Hextall. He'll go across to the top of the circles. Eyes the cage. Goal line extended for Rusinski. Rue trades places with Wilson across the top of the circles. Feeds a goal line extended for Hextall. Little bobble, but he'll gather and then feed Wilson at the left point. Cross to the right point for Simpson. Coop walks the blue line. Eyed the cage, gave it up to Hextall. Shot missed the net off the corner boards. Wilson couldn't keep it. Full sail line change for for Sioux Falls as Wilson fanned on his snap pass ahead, trying to catch Sioux Falls in that line change. Simpson into the zone. Floats near wall, danced past Schultz, fired around the kick plate, came to Hextall, who bumped it to Jardine. Fired across to Simpson. Coop eyed the cage. Shot past Hextall, couldn't redirect it home. Got the rebound, fed it to Simpson. Left circle, Wilson, one-timer, scores! He may not know karate, but he knows kareze. Jack Wilson, his second of the game, puts Youngstown ahead 4-2. Time of the goal, 12:35. Slow developing play. I thought Esch was going to get over in time for the one-timer, but I think Wilson might have squeezed it through the 6-hole between the body and the armpit. Beautiful shot for Jack Wilson. Again, his second goal of the game. 4th of the season, and Youngstown leads 4-2. Phantoms back on the attack. Hesch into the circle, was looking for McKinnon. Would not go as it's brought back through center by Kubat. Off the right wing boards, Vini plays it up to the point, kept by Bongo. Bongo tried to feed center point for Snyder, but the pass went out to center. Sioux falls back for it. Back into the Phantom zone, carried ahead by McKinnon. Couldn't enter the zone as Anderson bumped Grimes over to Snyder, then Monteiro. Tried to feed somebody walking down the back door, that was Holtby. Puck back to Monteiro. Fanned on his pass, second effort, did get it up to the point, was kept by Prunty onside, chipped it to the left wing corner, Murphy the only one there. Up the wall to Anderson, out to center for McKinnon. Malachi, little trouble with it at the red line, going to be taken away by Prunty. He'll retreat into his own zone. D over to Bongo. Up to the red line for Monteiro. Just able to get the puck past Vitov over to Prunty into the zone for a shot from between the circles. That is off the blocker of Trable and out of play. 6:12 left in the third. 4-2 Phantoms. Youngstown fell behind 2-1. Early in this third period, a power play goal and a beauty for Brent Solomon. But then a power play goal for Cooper Simpson, an even strength goal for Jakob Hesch, and a power play goal for Jack Wilson. And Youngstown has scored 3 straight and lead the Stampede 4-2. Face off to the left of Trable. Face-off controlled by Zoko. Fitted in front. Monteiro redirected it off the pads. Rebound to Renkowski. Up to the left point for Solomon. Back to Renkowski. Left half hold. Net is empty. Esch is on the bench. So 6 attackers on 5 is Jardine. Just out to center. Macrina picked it up at the red line. Carried back in. Cut through a couple. Got a shot away. Saved by Trable. Heading for the empty net is Jardine. He scores! Let's go fishing with dynamite. Evan Jardine into the empty net. Goal number 7 on the season, and Youngstown leads 5-2. Time of the goal, 14:15. As I really couldn't believe that Macrina didn't draw a tripping call as he came through the slot. Timeout, Sioux Falls will take it with them. Back in 60 seconds here on West Reserve Radio, Flow Hockey and KELO. So, Dave. Ryan Crothers has been given an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. I don't know if that's a misconduct or if it's going to be a minor. Waiting to be informed by official scorer Lynn Seepford. And it will be a power play for Youngstown. Cooper Soler going to serve the penalty. Phantoms heading back to the power play, 2 for 3 on the night. So I thought I saw a timeout indicator. I actually saw what equates to a technical foul. If you're familiar with the signal from basketball. And Ryan Crothers is given the gate. Ryan Ward telling his bench not a word as the head coach of the Stampede walks off to the locker room. So it is a unsportsmanlike conduct penalty and a game misconduct on Ryan Crothers. Youngstown on the power play. Cooper Slur being sent to the penalty box as Rusensky brings it into the zone, ran into Jack Hextall. Loose puck can be grabbed by Grimes and cleared down the ice. Simpson, right corner of his own zone to open ice far side, and Rusensky. Rue, red line and blue into the zone, across to Simpson, shot. Kind of fooled Esch a little bit there, but it went wide of the cage. Rusensky just able to keep the rebound in the zone. Here he has it between the circles. Shot off the blocker of Esch. Simpson to the rebound. Fed it down low off of Sorensen. Diving effort. Got it to the line. Kept by Wilson. Somehow Sorensen couldn't clear. Across Jardine. Couldn't pump that on the net. Pass was not in his wheelhouse from Rusensky. Hextall with a minute left on the power play. Across Rusensky. One-timer. Off the mask of Esch. Phantoms to the rebound. Left point for Wilson. Back down the wall to Hextall. Across to Simpson. Hextall, one-timer. Blocker saved by Esch. Hextall to the rebound. Up to Wilson. Between the circles. Hextall, left circle. Shot, save. And then redirected out of play by the stick of Esch. 38 seconds left in the power play for Youngstown. They lead 5-2. Face-off to the right of Esch. Kaharchik to take the draw. Second power play unit out for Youngstown. Kaharchik wins the draw. Hesch bumps it back to the point to Murphy. Top of the right circle for McKinnon. Walks the top of those circles. Got a shot away. Blocked into the meshing by McGraw. 29 seconds left. In this power play for Youngstown, their third straight power play. They are 2 for 3 on the night, have converted on their last two. Anderson to take the draw here against Rinkowski. Stampede get control of the loose puck. They'll poke it through center. Carrying into the zone is McGraw. Had it poked away from behind by Hesch, and then Murphy played it out to the neutral zone. Hesch regathered, played it to McKinnon. Bounced it into the zone to the right corner. Grimes got there first, but his pass across hit a Phantom and bounced to McKinnon. Over to Murphy, less than 5 seconds left on the power play. Kaharchik, left circle, forced wide by Manasaw. Now out of the box is Salur. We're back to even strength as a shot is kicked out by Esch. Rebound below the goal line, picked up in the corner by Anderson. Logan carried up the near wall, tried to feed more at the point. He did, bumped it over to McKinnon, who had it poked off his stick nicely by Zoko. Zoko gathers it into the red line, carries it into the zone, but ahead of the play was Salur with 3:24 left in the third. Neutral zone draw upcoming right in front of the Phantoms bench. Hextall to take the draw against Rinkowski. Jack with the face-off win, skated into by Morin. Gained the red line and dumped it into the Stampede end. Esch fires it up the far wall, kept to the right point by O'Leary. Down the wall to Hextall. Jack walks the goal line, got a shot away. Esch with the shoulder save into the corner. Hextall got to the rebound. Cycled to O'Leary. Bumped down low looking for Svitov. Touched it back to O'Leary. Kyle near half wall. Send it back down low looking for Hextall. He'll wedge it away from Weil. Hextall between the checkers. To Svitov to Hamilton. Shot, missed the cage. Settled down behind the net, came to Hextall, fed it in front, came to Hamilton, the high slot. His shot was blocked off the shin pads of Renkowski and out to center. Morin retreats into his own zone for it, out to center for Svitov. Flipped it over his defender, but could not get it deep. Stampede back on the attack. It's Montero in the right corner with 2:20 left in the third. Phantoms lead 5-2. Hamilton to Hesh, to Orlowski. Back to Hesh across the logo into the zone. Over to McKinnon, diving effort trying to keep the play alive, but bouncing puck came to Schultz, played to the neutral zone for Montero. Backhanded into the Youngstown end, grabbed by Wilson though. D to Houston and then lifted out to center. Nasruddin back into his own zone. Takes it back on the D pass. He's in the right corner. Sends it back near side for Prunty. Out to center, but right to the stick of Cal Houston. He'll go D near side with 1:45 left in regulation. As Wilson over to Rusinski, and captain will redirect it into the Sioux Falls end. Esch plays it around the wall. Montero bumps it back into the right corner for Nasruddin. And now to Prunty near corner. Up to the line for Betzold. Played back to Soler. Back to Betzold into the zone. Across to Montero. To Soler. Shot off the tip of the glove of Trable and wide. Betzold to the rebound to the left point for Manisov. Couldn't get it down the wall. Rusinski able to play it out to center. His pass ahead, however, off the stick of Montero. Redirected to Simpson. He got it deep with 1:05 left in regulation. Soler into the zone, left wing wall. Backhanded across to Zacco. His shot saved by Trable. Rebound up in the air and into the glove of Tobias Trable. And that will draw a crowd as there were sticks flying up around the mask of the Phantoms' 6'4" goaltender. Looks like Carter Murphy's going to go to the box here. And Sioux Falls will get their fourth power play of the game. They are 2 for 3 so far. Face off to the left of Trable. 54.2 left in regulation. Youngstown wins the draw. Hamilton gets the clear. Bounced it just wide of the cage. Prunty back for it as Esch remains in the blue paint. Prunty back to Renkowski and across to Macrina. Into the zone off the skates of Morin, but lost it in the left circle. And Morin will play it up to Kaharchik, who poked it past Prunty and down the ice. Kaharchik able to regather, cut through a couple of men. Kaharchik with a shot, he scores! Oh my goodness gracious! Matusz Kaharchik says, I can do bad all by myself. Unassisted shorthanded goal at 38. As Kaharchik would just not give up on the play. Worked his way through a couple of defenders. Cut wide and scored. Beat Esch to the glove side. As back to live action, it is Grimes at the left point, plays it down low. Behind the net, it's Soler. Side of the cage, came to McGraw. His shot off the side of the net, played around the wall. And ladies and gentlemen, the Cavelli Center is closed for business this evening. Youngstown wins 6-2. Final shots on goal for the game, 37-24 in favor of Youngstown. Phantoms with 15 shots in the third period. Sioux Falls with 4. We will keep it right here for the post-game show. Scoreless first period. Phantoms got on the board first with the opening goal coming at 5:16 of the second period. It was Jack Wilson with a low shot. Cal Houston and Evan Jardine with the assists. Stampede tied it at 13:03 with Logan Renkowski's 8th goal of the campaign. Thomas Zoko and Brent Solomon with the helpers, tied at 1 at the end of the second. Sioux Falls took the lead at 5:36 of the third. It was Solomon on the power play, his 10th of the year, 4th power play goal. Jake Prunty right now listed with one of the helpers, and Sioux Falls led 2-1. But then Youngstown ripped off 5 straight at 8:19. It was Cooper Simpson on the power play, Jack Hextall with an assist. At 10:49, it was Jakob Hesch with the game-winning goal, his 5th of the season. Jesse Orlowski with the helper. And then at 12:34, Jack Wilson, a power play goal. Jack Hextall with one of the assists. At 14:15, Evan Jardine scored on the empty net. In the books is unassisted, but I think that Tobias Treble should have a helper on it. And then at 19:36, Matushka Harchik, short-handed. They have Jack Hamilton on the assist. I believe it should actually be Melker Morin. That is how we got to our 6-2 final. Waylon Esch took the loss, his 2nd of the season. He stopped 31 out of 36. Tobias Treble gets the win. He stopped 19 out of 21. Sioux Falls power play was 2 for 4. Youngstown power play was 2 for 4. Or was it 2 for 3? Nope, 2 for 4. So, Sioux Falls and Youngstown again tomorrow. Puck drops at 6:05 p.m. Pregame show goes on the air at 5:45 Eastern. And again, our friends over at KELO News Talk 1320 AM and 107.9 FM will be carrying the game in its entirety. Military Appreciation Night here tomorrow. Fans will be wearing specialty military jerseys, which will be auctioned off after the game. Great seats still available. Call the Phantoms box office for tickets or more information. 330-747-PUCK. That is 330-747-7825. For my engineer, Dave Ferris, pushing the buttons, keeping us on the air. Brendan Miller on social media, keeping things up to date for you. And our supervisor, my 8-year-old son, Jonathan. I am Matt Lipsack, the voice of the Youngstown Phantoms. Thank you for tuning in tonight, everybody. One more time, your final score, Youngstown 6 and Sioux Falls 2. We will catch you here at the Cavelli Center tomorrow night. Sound out. Fade to black.
We thank you for joining us for this special presentation of the iMedia One Network, and we now return you to your regularly scheduled programming.